Hello, Rodney.
What's going on, Gary Putnam?
Man, I see Jim Lauer watching. He might be first. Shannon Wise.
Is he first?
Hey, if somebody's on the YouTube side or somebody somewhere, make a comment. We can see if this comments work on our deal here. We need to see it. Somebody make a comment.
There's Shannon Wise.
Shannon. Oh, good. That's from the Facebook side. Very good. Thank you, Shannon.
Man, what a week, Gary. What a week.
Yeah, we got teased a little bit, I believe.
With the weather?
With some nice, cool weather, man.
You ain't lying. Golly, they had some weather last night at Ozark. That's for sure.
Yeah, Devin Brown watching. Hey, Devin.
I see Devin and Logan and Tracy Lynn.
And it's been a little bit. If you dig our awesome intro, that is from Miss Tracy Lynn. She did that for us a while back.
Yeah.
Just shout out again to Tracy. Thank you for that. Eric Wilson says, "What's up, guys?" Hey, Eric. Brian says he's on the YouTube side. Brian Wise. Joseph Thomas. Hey, Joseph. Man, talking to Justin in the green room.
Yeah,
it's gonna be some cool stuff tonight.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. I mean? Devin Brown is ready to talk about it. At least he's straight up ready. What's up, fellas? I saw him with a check. What's going on there? Man.
His pockets are full. Woo!
Full. Pockets are full. God.
Hey, there's Mrs. Harper. Hello, Mrs. Harper.
We got an update for Mad too. We want to talk about. Plus, we're going to strong arm our guest to make sure he gets down there and maybe resets that track record. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Get him down there. Mr. Harper is sad that he hasn't been down yet.
Well, he's coming.
He has a tissue in his pocket and he wipes the tears once in a while. He's sad, man.
Hey, tell Devin Brown if the big checks, they got to go to the big bank. All right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Tell Devin Brown that.
Can you catch this? Can you stuff this in my bank account? First big check for this guy. Hey, Nate says, Devin, can I borrow a 20? Is that all you want, Nate? That's all you want, a 20?
Got 50.
Throw some zeros on there.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was a hell of a
Julia Brown. Brown watching. Hi, Julia.
We got to give it up for Faux Dad that put that on where I could see that last night at 4 a.m.
I think so. And this makes me so happy to see comments on this deal again. It's such a simple thing, but man, it's such a big deal.
TW.
Man, Tim Webb. Hey, Tim. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rich Frost. Greg Freebus. Hey, Greg. Rich Frost.
When you got a heavy hitter like Justin Heckman on, it's just they come out. You know what I mean? It's just like they come out.
Yeah, they're hoping he'll leak some secrets, right?
Yeah. I guess officially Jake Mason's still the champ, but since he's been running everybody over lately, I thought we'd bring it in. What did we put? I remember we had a little group chat and I put it's your turn, winner. I think that's what I said.
Yeah. That's right.
And he's like, I'm in. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, right. Bam, bam, bam.
Craven is watching. Big Boss Man Craven.
Yeah.
Greg says, how is it possible that's his first big check? Talking to Devin there.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, come on. He's probably got. I think he'd have a garage full of them.
Mrs. Harper says, does Greg have his car ready? Greg will have to answer that.
Yeah.
But it's probably in Chassis DL in Missouri.
Ooh, I hope not.
Devin says, Nate Bell money already gone spinning at Waffle House. We didn't get the invite. Come on.
Oh, my goodness. He's out there. You know what I mean?
How much food could you buy at Waffle House for $15,000?
Woo, man.
I think you could feed all the drunks and bums and homeless.
Speaking of walking around with trophies, hopefully Justin will bring his crown from Summer Nights on the show tonight.
That's right. Hopefully there's a crown involved, and hopefully he has it.
Oh yeah, and a conversation. Oh, good.
Mr. Harper says we have you on YouTube on the big screen. How big is it, Mr. Harper? How big is that screen?
Oh man,
come on.
How big is it? That's what she said, right?
Oh, Yeah, Greg confirmed here. Yeah, it's in Chassis Jail in Missouri.
Oh, dang. Well, hopefully it's out by the 28th.
Hey, Rodney, are you watching on your side, or is this coming through on your on your Facebook page? I'm just kind of curious.
Yours. Let me check. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it, Fred.
Hey, Mr. Harper says that's a 65-inch television. Nice.
Yeah, we're all good, G.
Good. Well, I guess once in a while we just need to reconnect your deal there and keep on top of that. So yeah.
So we talked about last week, you're minus a motor.
It's gone. Yep.
I know you had some space age work you had to do this week.
Yep. I dumped some of that cash. I done spent some of it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that real quick. I did take a picture, but I didn't want to share it of us up there at handling some business up there at Advance. So we did take a ride Friday afternoon, though, and dropped off some parts and some pieces and some. Mine was more like a donation, a down payment. Yours was more like a swing for the fence.
Stacked.
Yeah.
Probably half of what I need.
Yeah.
I'm I probably shouldn't say it, but I'm a little less how should I say, a little less excited than I was before showing up and seeing 8 to 10 blocks on the floor. This is going to be a process, man. Yeah. There's a lot of work in front of me.
Sure.
So yeah.
Just come on, we'll go racing. It's all good.
Yep, I may have to toss a stalker junker between the frame rails at some point next year.
Yeah.
Oh well.
We also recapped that Troy had his car right at Lovett's.
Yeah, so it's at Lovett's. Yep.
I don't know if he'll make the Tulsa race, but I know he's gunning for it.
Well, hopefully there's some progress going on there, and
just plugging some. Guaranteed making the 28th at Mad.
Okay, well that's good. That's a good date goal.
Yeah.
And Tulsa would be a bonus then, right?
Yep.
Troy's probably hot on him, cracking the whip.
Yeah. Still in your LS, Gary.
Chris Grafton says, who's building your LS? Mark Brown in Salina, Kansas at Advanced Engine Machine. He's been doing my stuff since the early 90s. And he's going to handle this project. So cool. He's my guy. I can't dump my guy.
Yeah. You came through Salina and everything, and I know you've introduced basically a lot of people we run with too, Mark.
Yeah. Lots of people go through Mark through my, my word of mouth or recommendation or however you want to call it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's funny, Devin.
Devin says, so proud of you going LS. Yeah, I can't hang with you big block guys, man. I'm out on that, dude. Yeah, you got to know when to say when. And when that big block was built, and me, you, and Justin in the green room was talking about how fast this stuff has changed over the past few years.
Oh yeah,
how it has evolved so quick.
Yeah,
and yeah, man, we'll get into that, Justin. But man, it's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And we were talking some numbers there earlier and track records and that sort of thing. One thing I do have to say before Justin comes on, we'll have to ask a question. And the question is, and the comments can start rolling in, even Justin can make comments, but when it's a no time and you run a track record, is it official? Because it's no time. That's the question. I'm not on either side. Doesn't matter to me. But I seen that chatter a little bit back and forth, but me, I think it is. You went that fast, you did it. They got it in the CompuLink, but I'm not gonna say,
And so the guys in the tower probably seen it, right?
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
But I don't know how that works. I don't know.
I thought if there's official rule on that, because seriously, like talking to Derek Kelly and stuff, he says, I can't go to these timed races because then I can't go to the no time races. And so I don't know what all that's about. Oh, we got
there it was in the tower. The spy was in the tower.
Oh, Tower
This is
personnel sees the times. It's official. Sounds like to me.
Tower personnel sees the times. All right. Well,
there you go. Cool,
maybe I need to spend some time in the tower with my phone.
Well, you said you got your stopwatch. I mean,
well, we got calibrated Mississippis we count,
Yeah.
So we're good at that.
Right on. Oh,
Mr. Harper says bring on the Garfield Furniture Limited 275 at Mad next year. Man, we're gonna get into that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some secrets too about that. I don't know if we're going to talk about it all tonight, but like we got some good plans for that, and that's why we had to go to Salina.
Yep. Since Mr. Harper's here commenting, do we want to say who our guest will be next week?
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually, Gary. I'm glad you brought that up. And so just to talk through it, we are going to bring Mr. Harper on from Mid-America Dragway. We want to pump up the 28th. He's got some good announcements coming. There's going to be some big money for that. And just staying with that for a second, this weekend coming up, they got PMRA. Am I thinking that right on the schedule?
Yes. Yep.
Then that's Friday night, got a little like radio prep, test and tune type situation where you can get on for $100. I think starting at 8:00, go to 11:30 or till when it's over.
It's right here. This is what he sent us. Radio testing this Friday when we run the PMRA, starting at 8:00, running till 11:30 or so. Cost $100, but track will be great, even though it will be warm. And the bike guys run on that same prep that the radio stuff runs, so it makes sense to open it up for some radio testing.
Yeah,
no,
that's great. And they're going to put it on, and we'll talk about it here when we get him on. But like between the 3 or 4 tracks, I mean, the record's within 2 or 3 numbers, is it not?
Yes. Yeah. It's pretty awesome how the number shakes out between 3 of the tracks right here. It's and the guys that are doing it.
And I'll just put it out there. I want that record for limited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want you to win limited in Tulsa too.
Me too. See how it plays out.
Larry should just have your name on the check already.
Oh man, hey, he's on there right now. He said Al announced it. He might be talking about the record, that Justin did last night. I don't know.
Chris Grafton says Justin shows times anyways. It shouldn't matter. Well, maybe he'll tell us.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah. Mr. Foreman, James Foreman, what's up?
Yeah. He's probably the most excited person here tonight, James Foreman, right? Because like, what was it, 30, 40 minutes ago, we seen a fire up in the Malibu?
Right.
Yeah.
A couple sneak pictures. I got a couple pictures here when we roll on here.
Right on. He'll probably be mad Friday night testing.
Well, he should be.
Yeah. Getting that Malibu up.
He's going to need to get that nitrous car worked in. It's going to have to do some work.
Yep. There you go.
Larry Hunt says, I can guarantee you one thing. This group of racers here is some of the baddest of bad. I'd put up any racers against this group. Ring them on and find yourself back on the trailer. Last night was awesome, he says.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Man. Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. To piggyback on that, Gary, I remember what Craven said, I guess, came true because he said the money would stay in Missouri, right? Didn't he say the money would stay local?
Yep. Them Texas guys aren't going to come take it, and nobody showed up to take it, did they?
I don't know. I heard they had 12, 14. So I don't know who all came, but like he said, the money stayed in Missouri.
Yeah.
The redhead has it. The redhead with the red Camaro.
That's right. Jesse James says, "What is the record for limited?"
Yeah.
Is that specific for Titans? Right? It's
right? It's not the 58.
Yeah.
Isn't it like a 60 something, 67?
Right. Yeah, I don't even remember. I should have it written on my wall.
Titans, if that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, Titans.
But for Ozarks 58, for Titans, I think it's 67. Maybe Larry or Al can knock that one.
And their rules are a little different. There's some weight requirements on the Ozark side that I'm not 100% sure on. I just haven't looked that close into. I don't even have an engine yet. Some of the stuff I haven't even looked at yet.
Yeah, and it seems like all the fourth in that record area. You notice that?
What's that?
It seems like every time you mention a record in limited, it's backed up by an SBF.
A Ford.
Just noticed that.
I know. God, maybe I need to snatch up your spare. Your. I'm about to say something I shouldn't. I better shut up. Holy crap! Shut up, Gary.
You talking about? Well, there's Gavin's block at you can take. Yeah, what's Craven saying?
Craven says they showed from out of state and out of the area. They unfortunately all went out in the first round. Dang, smacked them around.
There you go. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, Jesse says, yes, sir. Thank you. Was curious. Yep.
Cool. You got some pictures or some?
I do. And we covered that testing bit with Mr. Harper.
Right on.
And also he's going to come on next week, and talk with us.
Yeah.
Going to talk about that, the 27th and 28th.
Yep.
And it's going to be 5,000 to win.
Yep.
We're hoping to bring in a big group of cars.
Yep.
And if you're if you're a business owner and you want to help out, increase the pot, do some sponsoring, shout out at the Harpers, give the Harpers a shout, and help out if you want to in some way, and maybe make that pot grow.
Heck
and
yeah.
Mr. Harper will have some more information about details next week with us when we have him on.
I think they're going to have some qualifying money in there, right? A few $100 or something, qualifying money.
Yep, a little bonus money for Friday night, and then a little bonus for the overall number one.
Isn't there a little thing about the track record too, or is that the $399? Isn't there something coming up for that? Some money or a belt or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not 100% sure.
I'll have to ask next week.
Yep. Yeah, we'll get some real good info next week with Mr. Harper. We haven't had him on, but he's been a long time.
Yeah, he's been recovering. He had a little medical thing, and he's been hanging out.
He went up to Iowa to help his friends up there at their track and helped him do some track work and track prep. And I was hoping they wasn't going to kidnap him and change his ID and alter his identity and not let him go home. They like having him there. Please send him back. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Mark?
Oh, we got a comment here. Shane Mogg. Hi, guys. It's been a while. Man, where you been, Shane? What's the deal?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, we got the MAD testing. All right. The big thing that happened last night was at Ozark.
Yes.
Larry Hunt says, how is Mr. Harper's foot healing? I don't know. I think he's doing good, but he'll let you know.
Oh, yeah. Gary's on. I can tell you.
Mrs. Harper says, I won't let him stay up there. Good.
It's official.
It's official. He's stuck here with
Chris
us.
Mayflower might have something to say about that as well.
He's stuck here with us. That's right. So this weekend, or this last night, I guess, the nighttime no time. Ozark posted this: the fastest field of small tire outlaw cars ever assembled battled it out at the nighttime no time, 15,000 to win at Ozark Raceway Park. Multiple passes faster than the existing track records. Congratulations to our winners. Devin Brown, 15,000 outlaw small tire winner. Gary Spaniak, the third $2,000 limited 275 winner. Clay Phillips, IHRA top class. Jay Irwin, IHRA mod class. Cody Bennett, IHRA sportsman. Larry Sayre, IHRA motorcycle. And Lily Klein, IHRA junior dragster. Congrats to all you winners. Good job.
8 classes.
Man. Here's Mrs. Harper says, it's getting better, but still has a long way to go. When you see him at the track, don't let him off the golf cart. Okay. Noted. Good to know. Jake Mason is watching. Tim Purdue. Hey, Jake. Jake is in the house. Here's a picture of Devin and his family. Nighttime no time outlaw 10-5 winner and the big check.
Yeah, looking good.
There's Gary Gold.
Jason had on. It's a good looking shirt.
What is it? You said shirt. You said shirt?
Yeah.
Man, I can't. I don't have these on. I'd have to get a little closer.
Here, let me show you what it is.
I still can't see it.
There, that's what it says right there.
Oh, I see it. I got it figured out now. It's Sunil Chance. There you go. I'm a little too far away.
That's all right.
Yes, I like it. Jake says, "Hey guys, hey Jake.
Hey,
Jake, we're coming. We're gonna come. We got an idea. We want you to do that seafood boil at Titans at the Tulsa race.
Yeah,
just an idea. That's all.
Yeah.
Here's Gary Goldbond Spaniak standing on the roof of his car. He is the limited 275 winner. Congrats, Gary. That's right. Right on the roof of the car. He says, get up on there and flex.
Get up on that steel roof.
Get up there.
Come on now.
You don't care about that roof. Get on that car. It's a tool. Does its job. Mr. Harper says she does let me still prep the track, but that's about it. I am on restriction.
Oh, right. Man. On restriction.
Yep. Gary Spaniak had a post. How do you put, thank you, God, for giving me the opportunities and people you put in front of me. Been on the struggle bus for a couple of years. We finally have the car coming around.
Nice.
He tags Ozark Raceway Park, DNJ Components, Show Me Speed, Tido Race Cars, Limoland.com, and Carbliss.
Nice.
Yep.
Good
job.
Well done.
Good job, Gary.
Making laps.
Rodney, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go get them.
Oh man. We'll see.
Yep. Is your car limited ready yet? Are you getting close?
Let me look. I got everything in this behind me that I need. So
okay. Very good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a picture of the the James Foreman station wagon.
Look at that.
And you said there was a video that just released late this afternoon, right? Of it running?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see that, but this was a few days ago. We talked about this. Like, did you see the station wagon?
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yep. Got some big block nitroses and some gigantic bullhorns hanging out the side of that thing.
Yeah. Did they say them bullhorns came from NASA or something?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't drive too close.
Yeah. They were on Apollo or something. Yeah.
Yeah. You get too close here, it'll just burn your paint with the fire.
Mm-hmm.
The nitrous fires.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's going to be an awesome deal. You know, this limit is taking off. So it's cool to see that, you know, another car in the game here. And Russell Foreman said it's alive. I think they gave a shout out to the Show Me Speed, right? To get it running.
I didn't, you was telling me about it. I didn't see that video. I didn't catch it in time.
Yeah. It's running. It's cackling.
Is this the only nitrous car we know of so far for the limited class?
Well, I mean, you know, this is an official. I think, you know, we're talking to John still, if he'd come out, you know.
Okay, John Hurd, right?
But yeah, I think officially this is it.
Mm-hmm. We got 4 comments that popped up here. Yeah, he said it's live. Cravens is obviously a Texas Longhorn super fan. Got all the bullhorn. That's right.
Yeah.
Tim Webb says that's one killer motor.
What's the backstory of that? Anybody know? Looks like
I know, but it's not for me to say.
Yeah, I know too. I just, you know.
You know too.
Yeah. You know, you gotta on the show, you gotta act like you don't know anything.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot. I don't know nothing. Julia Brown says they for sure do this. Substitute was flying each pass.
It really was. It really was.
Yep. Yeah, Gary's good at what he does, him and that little green and blue car.
They had that black 57 out there too, and Teal Mustang and some others I was trying to catch. Falcon.
That black 57 is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who owns it, but it's super cool. I think Nate Bell helps on it or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Glorious Gorilla Flames.
Yeah.
You know, this is a lot funner with the comments back over here now. This is I know I said it before, but man, this is so much better to navigate now.
Come on, Gary.
Tony Whitmore watching. Hey, Tony. What we got? Okay. Nate Bell says, I built it. John Fancher owns it. Man, that car is so cool.
Yeah. What is that, Nate? Is that an LS deal or what we got doing there?
Yeah. What's the power plant? What's the power plant on 57? And Craven says, did Gary Spaniak beat the limited record last night?
Ooh. Did he beat the 58, right?
We don't know.
Well, the clocks were off.
Somebody knows. Somebody can say.
The people already said they were in the tower.
Mm.
Yeah. And let's ask Craven that question.
Nate says the 57 Chevy is a single turbo 449-inch LS. Nice. Okay. I like it. Yeah. Love it. That car's so cool.
Yeah. Mm. Oh, it's like an official. Larry Hunt said yes. So he beat the 58.
Dang.
Rock and roll. Air was good. Track was killer.
Man.
Get down, get down.
And there's another picture of Gary.
Oh, Russell Foreman. He said no time.
Okay. Well, okay. No time, no count.
Uh-oh. I knew he screwed that up. Oh,
that's great.
Make it official. Is it official?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Love it.
Let's have an official vote.
Right. Everybody vote. Does it count or does it not?
Yeah.
That's good. What do we got here?
That's funny.
Larry laughing. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I got to get caught up on there. That was the kind of the biggest thing that happened this week was that big race at Ozark, and sounds like the weather was great, fast cars. Justin will tell us all about it, the cars and who showed up and
who showed out.
And who showed out and who got sent home first round. Pack your shit. Get on out of here.
Yeah. Right on.
Yep. Well, you ready to?
Let's bring him in.
Get on with Justin.
Let's do it.
Let me fix this here.
Let's learn some stuff about Justin Heckman.
That's right. Justin Heckman. I don't know anything about Justin except he has Shane's old car. That's all I know about him.
I found out this week he had a red truck.
Oh, yes. That's right. Yeah, there's a couple things I want to know about it too. Yeah. Yep. All right. Here we go. Do this. And here's Justin Heckman. Hey, Justin.
Hey.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going good. It's Sunday night.
You a little tired?
Oh, yeah. We got done. I think me and Devin ran the finals at like 3:50 in the morning, 4 a.m. or something.
Did he take you to Waffle House to spend that money also?
No.
No,
he's rude. He didn't want me to go with him.
Oh, you guys are friends.
Yeah, no invite.
No invite. You keep meeting in the finals, so I know you guys are down there talking on the big end. You think he'd do
I know. Yeah, I was down there crying tears of a red light of an 001.
Oh, man.
So
yeah, we'll talk about that. Dang.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You've probably seen the show before. We like to bring guests on and talk a little bit about their background and career, how they got into racing. We'll pull some pictures and kind of start to the left and basically make our story all the way to last night.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit of what kind of started with the racing was that S10. That thing was actually Synergy green when I got it, like green. And it was an LS with a nitrous, and this is in like 2017. And right when Street Outlaws, they were pretty hot, street racing, and boy, we thought we were outlaws running from the cops, street racing and stuff. We didn't have draggies back then. We didn't have anything like that back then. But we would get it was pretty cool. One of my buddies, Darren Fisher, he had a shop in town, and there was probably about 15 to 18 cars, and we had a list, you know what I'm saying? And once or twice a month we'd go out and street race. And what really got it all started is I went to Wagner, Oklahoma to John Woolley's legal street race back in the day whenever they had them. Okay. And we went out there, and as soon as I got there, and I didn't know anything about racing hardly, or of that level, and I get called out for like $100 from this big tire car, and I'm like, sure, you know what I'm saying? We won. So then, my head is bigger than my hat, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fuck these guys up, and anyways, we ended up racing that and then a couple more. And then it just got to the point where I would go and see those guys and, like turbos and pro chargers, this was an LS nitrous thing. It wasn't nothing crazy. I mean, this thing had like hardly no cage in it. I mean, pretty sketchy, unsafe thing.
Sure.
I sent the truck to Doug Crumbliss out of, he's like out of, Kansas right there, Quapaw, Oklahoma. Sorry. Pretty local to me. They actually midget race with Josh Maddox and them. And he built it for me. And then it went to Show Me Speed West, and I got a Mike Lau LS motor. And Nate Bell is actually how I met Nate. He built the turbo kit on it way back then.
Right on.
And we came out with that thing, and I'll never forget. The first time I ever took it out, we went to Tulsa to test it. Only drove a nitrous truck my entire time, and I put it in first gear and just put it through 10,000 RPMs in the burnout. Didn't know to shift it.
So going further back, so like in high school you had a car to drive or something, you wasn't messing with cars in high school?
No, I was an athlete, man. I played basketball, baseball, football. I mean, like I literally, I was a quarterback, and yeah, pretty much. I mean, if there was a traveling team, I was on it. If it was anything athletics or anything like that, that's where I was.
Right. So you said the truck came along in 2017. How old were you then?
So I would have had to be right about, I'd say I would right about 23 or 24.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I started my granite business when I was 21, and I pretty much just kept my head down and worked and worked and worked. I mean, we would, work tons of hours, pretty much stacked a little bank account to be able to do it. Cause I mean, obviously we know racing is ridiculous. And then once I really went turbo and started spending big money on it, I was like, wow, this is great. Cause when it was a nitrous thing, I mean, we'd go race, it'd cost us $200,
Yeah.
Yeah.
When nitrous was, $2.50, $3 a pound and all that stuff,
Yeah, that's almost free.
Yep. So in high school I went to East Newton, which is like at Granby, Missouri, some small, farm, pretty much, school. And like I said, I just pretty much played athletics and stuff. Really didn't know much about racing, honestly. Street Outlaws came out, and everybody's like, oh, that's what kind of even got me to even think about doing it, because I was like, hell, these guys are pretty cool, I mean,
sure.
Oh, so wow. And then my brother-in-law Brad, he has a Mustang, and there was a couple of them that kept getting out, and I mean, man, we thought we were outlaws getting out in the middle of the night, and all that. So I had to get one. When I bought that truck, I paid $7,500 for it from a guy in Springfield.
I got some pictures, and I just got these pictures off of your Facebook page.
Yep.
And I guess whenever you posted it, there's a date with it. So I kept the date with it, and hopefully it's kind of accurate, but you'll let us know. Yeah. This was the first picture I found of the truck.
Yeah. So yep. So it was green. I just got it painted. I just put Jegs wheels on it, and I thought I was a baller. I mean, I was like, I ain't joking. Probably 2 weeks after this, I ended up getting a fiberglass bumper and a hood, and you'll get to the pictures of those here soon. And,
yeah, you were looking for Big Chief then, weren't you? Come on, Big Chief.
Oh, I was calling him out, and I was gonna get that at you. Oh yeah.
He's looking for farm truck.
Come on, yep, farm truck.
It was just a ladder bar truck. I mean, on pump gas, we thought we were putting 110 in it, and we were like, man, we're going fast out here.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome.
I'll catch a couple comments here. Larry Hunt says Heckman swept the very first Titans races in 2019, winning 315 and 275 class when it was a single race event at Ozark.
That is true.
We'll probably get into that as we go on.
Yep.
And Nate says, I remember that. And the wheelies, you're talking about some stuff you had going on before.
Oh yeah.
Devin says he misses that little truck.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, whenever we got that thing would go out there and literally pick up the wheels at 100 foot, and they'd ride it all the way down the track. I mean, there was probably 10 passes at Ennis. Yeah, that's at Wagner. That was my first race right there.
Okay.
Look, we put our sign up on the fence. I mean, we're big ballers, all right?
Oh yeah, man.
I had an enclosed trailer that was pretty decent, and we were so dumb. We put a window unit, AC unit in there, thinking it would cool the trailer off. You'd shut the doors, So then we're like, well, God, we got to open the door because it wasn't, cooling it off. Obviously, disaster. But we sure had fun that day. That day right there is literally what got me hooked.
How great is that?
Hey, when I was putting these pictures together, obviously with the dates, I kept them in order, but this is July, 2018. You have made giant progress in it's just been 6 years.
Oh no,
you have moved a long ways in 6 years.
Yeah, we look at that all the time. It's crazy. I mean, I bet you that truck went 690s, 70, 720 in the 8th, maybe.
Larry Hunt says it was a no-E bracket truck owned by Adam Curl. It was a tough truck to beat.
Yep. And like I said, whenever I got it, it didn't have nitrous on it. It was they did really good with it. That thing, when I bought it, they said went like 1020s in the quarter on motor.
Dang.
So
that's fun.
And then as soon as I got it, we had to put nitrous and do all that cool stuff to it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the big tire car. That's AJ Spiva. He called me out as soon as I got there. You're on it on them pictures, and I'm telling you what, my heart, I get the nervous bubble guts a lot, and I was so scared. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't even know what I was getting myself into. All my friends said, "Hey, we're going to Wagner with your truck." Okay,
let's go.
Yep, that's me. It stayed about that way the whole time. 6 years and $1 million.
Russell Foreman says 6 years and $1 million.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. It's wild what we put into these cars, and we'll get there as we keep progressing.
Yeah.
Here you have a little change going on. You got the spoiler and you got a hood going on. You got a name, Red Savage. Where'd the name come from?
Well, so John Fancher in that 55 that we were just talking about, so he always called it Red Cabbage. So I really don't know. I always thought Savage was a really cool name, in racing and stuff like that. And, red really was my color, to be honest with you. And, I went to East Newton and stuff, so I had a lot of red stuff. And so we painted it red and I called it Red Savage. I wanted to call it Red Rum, but there was already a Red Rum car, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. So I was trying to be different. And that picture right there, I'm telling you, I just got that front end on. I ain't joking. We couldn't get it out of the box fast enough to get it to the wrap place to get it wrapped, stickers put on it so we could put it on the truck. We were so pumped.
Oh, that's awesome.
We didn't even have Zeus fasteners then. We still had hood pins.
Right.
The old slide the hole and flip it over round.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they work real good. Come on.
1980s.
Craven says, fed his ass the Gapplebees on the hit. That must have been that. He's talking about this.
Malibu.
Talking about this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Nope. I put it on him and I just drove out of his life. And, he had big tires on and I had little 28s on. And he's a great guy. He's pretty local to us. AJ Spiva has been just he's a racing, he's been around forever and street racing. So whenever he called me out, I ain't lying. And at the time, $100 was a lot of money. I was like, man, like 20, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we ended up winning that race. And I'm telling you, my head went from tiny and wouldn't fit in my hat. And I was the baddest dude there. I'm telling
you. You can't be beat.
Yeah. Yup.
Who else wants some?
That's right. Bring it on. John Bennett says the Miss Red Savage, the old truck just worked other than those MSD plug wires.
Yeah. When we'll get there. When we went turbo, we drank the Kool-Aid and we were going to put the CID box on it, which was just, whenever it first came out. Well, oddly enough, when you get those CID boxes, you have to get, like fire core wires and stuff. Right. The MSD wires that they sold you with the kit weren't strong enough. We went to a race one time. We actually won, but we were misfiring the whole time. We just drop random cylinders out all the time throughout the pass. Put it on Ryan Mitchell's dyno and made a pass and shut the lights off, and it looked like lightning was striking in there.
Oh, geez.
All of it was just arcing across itself.
Wow.
Russell says, I give him the first Titans race. I kicked a rod in the finals against Big Booty Judy.
That is true, and I was worried to death. That Big Booty Judy was a bad mofo.
Oh, yeah.
Craven says, damn truck cost me $100 at Armageddon in 19 to Nate Bell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Back in 19, we had that thing. We went to Armageddon. I got in small tire, I got in Outlaw, and I got in the truck class. And I ain't shitting you. We got all the way down to 6 in small tire, 3 in True Street, and 3 in the truck class. And I was in the truck class racing the Oh, it's like the Mutt truck or whatever. It's like an older rusted truck he used to race all the time.
Yeah.
And the pinion out of the rear end, I had a 5-bolt pinion. It's actually how I met Quick Performance and came really close with them. But it spit the pinion completely out of it. Like, didn't break the rear end, didn't do nothing, spit the pinion out of it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, when that happened, obviously it broke my drive shaft, broke my transmission. It pretty much broke everything. And we were literally down to 6 in small tire, 3 in true street, and 3 in the truck class. And I mean, this is Armageddon back when they used to pay $30,000,
Yeah.
$15,000. So I mean, like, we were ripping. I raced Blake Hughes, and I think that's what Craven's talking about. And I beat Blake there. And and at that time, Blake was, the champ of the trucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
A little
I
gray
was
truck.
yeah, I was pretty much didn't know really what was, I was still learning. The thing was turbo the first year, and we never raced on slicks. We raced on radials everywhere we went, unless it was on the streets. Like, if it was at the track and no prep, we were on 275s.
Yeah. Well, stop him for a second too, because earlier in the week, Gary and I were talking about that race, Armageddon 19, and how big it was back then. I think Gary was there helping Keith and that sort of thing.
Yep.
But there's a picture too. I think we were talking about how just how stacked it was with
It's
all
crazy.
the
They used to make a They used to make a flyer, and they'd put it out there, and you just wanted to be on the flyer so bad. You know what I'm saying? So
we were there in 19 with Keith Lopez. He had his Fairmont wagon racing tailgate class.
Yep.
So same class you was in with the truck tailgate.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Jake down there, he knows. I get in those pockets every time we play single dice with him on the track.
Justin Single Dice Killer Heckman. Nate says that was when I met Craven. Didn't know what I was getting myself into. Oh man.
So, but that it wasn't turbo then. It was still nitrous, but it was on its way going turbo right here. Like, that's where we were like, all right,
How fast you think you were going right here?
Man, 690s, maybe 7.0. I mean, it made like 540 horsepower, and we were like pumped. You know what I'm saying? This is a bunch of horsepower.
Yeah.
I remember the first time we put that motor that you're about to put a picture on there. That was the first motor I bought from a dude on Oklahoma City, and it was like a 6.0 deal. And man, we were about to whoop everybody's ass with it. We took it to the dyno. Oh yeah, we took it to the streets. There's the dyno. Yeah, we put it on my buddy Matt Sanpetro. It's or not Matt Phelps. Yeah, he owns PHP. He only works on like Lamborghinis and stuff, and Audis. We put it on there, and I felt so bad. That was a brand new dyno, and when we put it on there, we overheated the truck and put antifreeze all into the rollers.
Oh no!
Oh, the worst thing.
Oh, he was pissed. I felt bad. You know what I'm saying?
Gross.
Yeah, I mean, we literally had to pull my truck off the dyno and pull the whole thing apart because there was so much antifreeze underneath all the rollers.
Oh no!
Oh man!
We helped him clean.
Go back to that motor picture. Kind of went by there pretty fast. Did you buy this at the Quick Trip or what are you doing?
Yep. I met this dude. Didn't know him. Turbo Bullet really wasn't a thing. Found him. His name was Jay from Oklahoma City, and I said, he's like, hey, I got this motor here, $3,000. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of money, but all right, we're going to go fast with this thing, And I'll never forget, we got it. We thrashed all night, dynoed it the next day. I mean, we're feeling great. We go out on the streets for the first time and pop a big old wheelie. And of course I let out of it. Ain't never happened before, like this. I mean, you don't have hardly no cage in it or nothing,
Wow. Cool.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, there's the dyno.
Yeah,
that's the date there. That says November 8th, 18. Here's December. It looks like it's getting some front end work.
Yep.
Okay. So that's December.
Yeah, that's where it went to Doug Crumbliss. And I mean, from there, we literally put pretty much a 25.5 funny car cage, tube the front of it, all that stuff.
Right on. So is this the turbo came after this?
Yep. This is when I said, all right, we're drag racing, guys. So then now I took it to Doug Crumbliss and we cut the whole thing apart. And right there, that's at Show Me Speed. I just went and got the truck, put it there, went all the way down to Mike Lau's, 6-7 hours away, bought the motor from him, bought that turbo right there. That was a 102 precision turbo. Bought that turbo from Daniel Ferris, funny enough. Backstory there with the blue car. But Yeah, and Derek Kelly was my idol. I mean, like that dude was out just
he's
kicking ass,
Guilty.
Whenever I got that truck, I was like, man, that's the team I'm going on. Well, Joey Heichel, me and Joey were becoming friends right there, and surely enough, Joey had a Mike Lau motor. You know what I'm saying? So like Derek and Joey both, and they were out just doing what they do, busting everybody's heads, And so I was like, oh, this is a no-brainer. So the time Wes was helping Derek, so like I said, I went to Wes, and Wes got a rolling chassis, and he put it all together, wired it, Holly, Dominator, blah, all that stuff. And then Nate, that's how I met Nate. He actually built a turbo kit in that shop.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's awesome.
I'll never forget how annoying I was to him. I'd say, hey, where's my pictures at? Hey, where's my pictures at? Hey, where's my pictures at? He probably got so sick of me asking for pictures like that all the time.
That's funny.
This is the turbo kit going together, it looks like.
Yep.
That's his February of 19.
Yep. That's when me and Nate
methanol at this point, or E85 or something.
Methanol, we went straight to alcohol. I mean, like, literally, we literally put atomizers in it. I said, hey, if we're doing it, this is what we're doing, and that's what we did. I mean, I put about $80,000 in that thing, and I said, all right, we're competitive now.
So
exactly right.
This says February of 19.
Yep.
Here you are, March of 19, racing on the street.
Well, so that picture that's at Wagner. That's that big tire car.
Okay, so that's off.
So the dates are just off a little bit, but that was my first ever street race, like legal street race, right there.
Right.
And what's wild is if you zoom on that, look at all the people that were there. It was just insane how many people were there. I got stage fright. I was like, man, I don't even know how to do this. So I kept telling them, what if I don't do a burnout? What's gonna happen?
What if I mess up?
Exactly.
Everybody messes up.
Yep. So,
do you remember the first event you went to with the methanol and the first turbo and everything?
Yeah, I went to Prescott to Shannon Morgan's no prep redemption, or redemption no prep. I ain't gonna lie. I won the very first race we went to. We couldn't believe it.
Wow. That's awesome.
And we had hitters there. Derek was in our class and everything else, and I went there, and truck was on rails, and I mean, we literally right off the trailer were like super competitive, and we won that whole race at Shannon. It was in Prescott, Arkansas, down there.
Yep.
Okay.
Very cool. Hey, Gary Spaniak is watching. Hey, Gary, congrats on your win. Good job. Congratulations last night. Here you are. This looks like Tulsa.
First time I ever took my truck, never willied, never been that fast. So the first ever pass we made on it, I told you my burnout was terrible. I didn't know how to bump. No one taught me anything. You know what I'm saying? They just
you're doing wheelies now.
We went out there and willied. And like, this is, in 19, like, I remember leaving that night. We went 527, and I was like, thought I was the king. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I had to drive it. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I didn't have an air shifter, so I was trying to shift this thing, do all this. I mean, but that truck did a lot of those wheelies. That was one thing about it. It did a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. Were you bumping with the Holly then?
Yep. Well, I didn't know how to at the beginning because I didn't know what button to push first. I mean, we did like a little pep talk in the pits, but whenever you get up on the stage, it's a little different,
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
But that was the first time out with it right there.
Oh man, was this an event or like just a testing deal? Or
it was actually the Midnights, but I rented the track before the Midnights, and we went and they prepped it for us and stuff before. There was like 10 cars there, and we raced before the Midnights.
Okay, cool.
And we were actually going to stay and race, and then it rained us out.
Okay.
Chris Grafton says that truck went 450 everywhere. It's still in KC.
Yep, that's true. Like once we started getting a handle on that thing, I mean, it went like a 47 or 8, the fastest it ever went. But that thing would go 50 as like clockwork. I mean, whenever there towards the end, right when I was getting rid of it, I mean, that thing would literally just go 50s. But at that time, 50s were standard. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I started seeing big blocks. I remember I went to XRP with my truck, and I won True Street because it was a True Street killer and a truck class killer, but I love small tire racing, and I remember I got gapped by a big block. Like I thought I was a bad man, and this dude goes like probably 40s or whatever, and just kicked my ass. And at that time, I started looking for a different car.
Oh man. This Ozark looks like
that is Hot Summer Nights. I'm pretty sure. No, it's not. That's in May. So no, that was the
Mokan.
first. Nope. Yep. That's Mokan. And that's the first ever time we went 498. I still have the slip actually. Never been a 4-second. We went to Mokan, and this same time, I don't know if there was a picture at, but I stood it on the parachute bumper, like almost flipped the whole entire thing over.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, we put a little bit, or maybe one of the boost lines, or I don't remember, but it made all the boost right off the hit. And yeah, I was pretty nervous. I didn't really want to make another pass, and they're like, "No, you get bucked off a bull, you got to get back on." So we're like, "All right." So, and then we ended up going 498. I remember the day we all went to IHOP at like 2 a.m. We're pumped up. I just went 498. So we're bad men now. We're in the fours.
Yeah. 4-second club.
Yeah.
This Mariah, is that how you say her name? Mariah? Is that your
Mariah?
wife?
Yep.
Mariah.
Yep.
Okay. She says he got tired of getting big blocked.
That's true. So when the pictures keep coming, I mean, I'm sure you got one.
Yeah.
There was a race in Salisal. We'll see once you get there. But Ryan Mitchell big blocked me often, and yeah.
Nate Bell says that's when the wastegate screwed up and it went to the bumper.
Literally on the bumper. If the parachute bar wasn't there, we might have flipped back on Nate and all of them.
Oh man. This is May of 2019.
Down,
Yep,
what's that, Ron?
I was just saying, hopefully it didn't mess too much stuff up coming down.
Oh, right.
No, it got the hot side a little bit, but it just flattened them out a little bit. It just made it to where if I did another wheelie, I'd be all right.
So this is the same race, isn't it? This is a Mokan.
Same thing.
Here and this here.
Yeah, just different times. Yeah, pictures.
This
that's
is
the Prescott.
Redemption.
That's that first race I ever went to and won.
Cool.
Man, that's so cool.
Couldn't believe it. I'm telling you. We drove, Prescott's like 5 hours, 6 hours for us, and we thought we were the shit. That's Prescott right there.
That's cool. Who's the guys with you?
So Tuned by JP, Jim Parkinson's on the left there, and Ryan Mueller's on the right. Ryan used to work for Mike Lau.
Okay.
All right.
That's Jason Cantu to the left of me, and that's the baddest man on.
That's a serious truck there.
Oh yeah, we were in small tire and we got down pretty far, and I'm telling you, we were gonna fuck him up.
Where's this at? Is this Prescott also?
Prescott, yeah. This is in small tire, and I'll never forget. We left and we were right there beside him the whole time, and that truck was just way ahead of us. Then I mean, so he put me out. But it was still, that picture right there is one of the coolest pictures ever, because that was a truck that I built my truck around,
Right. Yeah. Now we get into, this is June of 19.
This is when I got big blocked. This is that $20,000 race I went to the finals. So yeah, this right here, this is at Salisal. It was 10-5 till you die, Rolly Dell and all of them. 64 cars would come every year to this race is how much it was. Paid $10,000. And I'll never forget, man, I took out some hitters this week. I never got a buy, and I was racing, fat people I looked up to my whole life, and we were beating them. And I was like, how are we doing this? And we did. And I got Ryan Mitchell in the finals, and he beat me by like a bumper.
Wow.
So Salisal was a sporty place. Yep, there it is right there. It was really, really sporty out there. It's pretty rough, and it's really short. Yeah. So then there's like a road that runs right behind it. The shop truck one time, he went off the big end and he went like 30 foot in the air because there's like a big hill out there, and when you ramp it, you just Duke's a hazard.
Dang. This goes to August of 19. This is a
Armageddon.
Noble?
Yeah,
Armageddon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it was nice and hot.
Yeah, it was. I remember. Put ACs on my trailer just for that weekend.
Holy cow.
Armageddon.
Is that Armageddon? Okay.
Yep.
19. This is at Mid-America Dragway.
No, that is Mid-America. Yeah, that was probably LS versus the World or LSX versus the World or whatnot. So with Dan Davis's race.
Yeah.
That was a really good time. We did pretty good there. Memory on that time is Leah Oakes. She had that station wagon, that white one, remember? Yeah, she threw the parachute on the starting line and drug my ass with the parachute out the whole time. Man. She never will let me forget it either, trust me.
Oh, geez.
So
here's another.
That's her car right there in front of me. Her
parachute.
It is.
Yeah. Yep. She sent me home with her parachute in my face the whole way. And I pitted next to her, so she let me hear about it all weekend.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Good times. That was a good race. We were at that race.
Oh. That was cool. There was a lot of people there.
Tim said it was 106 that weekend. He's at Armageddon he's talking about, I think.
Yeah, Armageddon was ridiculous.
It was pretty nasty. That's September. This is September at Mokan here.
That's Hot Summer Nights right there. There's the crown in my hand there, the purple one. So here's the crazy thing about that. So when I had a red truck, I run a purple crown, right? Well, now I have a purple car.
Purple car.
And now you see here, I got a red crown. See,
look at that.
So,
that's awesome.
So this here, but let me stick this all back in here. Hold on. So now I got a purple one though, and a red one, but the cars are just different now.
That's funny.
Oh, that is awesome.
Well, we'll bring that back once we get there.
There you go.
So
Craven says Margarita Machine that weekend at Mad.
LSX versus the World. Yeah.
Yep. Now we go to October of 19. It looks like Joey over there in another lane.
Oh yeah, Joey, he has beat my ass every time we've raced. That's at H-Town Throwdown and Hartsthorne, Oklahoma. And we were all the way down in the semifinals. I made it all the way there, and I was impressed with her showing. And drew Joey, which, you know, when you race Joey, you better be ready to race Joey because he is going to race you. You know what I'm saying? And I remember that. I went out there and we put too much power in it, and I spun, and he just put a parachute in my face. His orange one. He's had that orange parachute his whole life. He won't get rid of it. He threw it too much.
October. Okay, this is back at Mid-America Dragway, middle of October.
Yeah, we went there to. You guys put gold dust down on the track, if you remember. Right?
I remember
it was
that.
A slip and slide. It was. I don't remember what race it was, but Halloween maybe. Yeah, and and you guys tried some gold dust out there, and it was a slip and slide. It was pretty rough.
Yeah.
I raced Brian Wise that weekend, and I went in deep, and it red lit me because it had the bracket tree on.
Oh.
And so we ended up rerunning. Brian was awesome. Brian Wise. He's like, hey, let's rerun it. We ran again, and I went the fastest I ever been in that truck at that time. I went 4:56 at that time or whatever, or 55. And threw the rods out of the block at the other end.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
damn.
So,
Scott Linker says that LS versus the World was when you called me and was telling me about the new Hughes trans, and I told you that shit was all junk. Call Mark Mickey.
And he ain't wrong. So we'll get to that. So, and I didn't listen. And my purple car, once we get there, I listened, and it's been the best move I've ever made. So Scott was 1,000% right.
Yeah. Devin says he didn't think it was all that bad. The gold dust incident.
Yeah. That stuff, that was wild. I remember going up there and watching everybody just knock the tires off.
Oh yeah. Man, I remember that. Do you remember that, Rodney?
I think that's what was on rounds, right? That's what I remember.
So.
People were hitting the tires and just A to B.
Tony said it was good till it wasn't.
That's a fact. It was great till it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Harper says deep staging is set correctly now.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It was a fluke deal when we were there. I don't remember what it was, but I remember I went in deep or something, and as soon as I let off it, and I didn't red light because they gave me a reaction time. You know what I'm saying? So it just, but at that rules or whatever it was set to, it just you couldn't do that.
This comment hasn't popped up yet. There it is. Mr. Harper says, "Don't worry, Justin. We don't use that gold dust anymore."
I believe it. I'm telling
right.
you. Whenever I was backstage with him just a while ago, we were talking about Mr. Harper there, and so the first time I ever met him, Joey said, "Hey, we're gonna go to Ottawa with your new purple car." I'm like, "What the hell is Ottawa? What's a drive for me?" You know what I'm saying? So I went up to Joey's and stayed the night with him, and we woke up and went out there. And I don't remember what the track record was then. I think I went like a 41 or 42, and we set the track record. And I'm telling you, it was unbelievably how well the track was. And I mean, he just took care of it. PJ won it. And I mean, he literally just, there was quite a bit of cars there. And I'm telling you, we just ripped down it every single time. I don't know if you've ever been to Ottawa, but
have not.
It's a pretty cool facility. The pits are, once they get some pits, that place would be really cool. But it's flat, smooth, super nice. And Gary and Miss Gary, they had that place on point. I'm telling you, they didn't have to work it very much. I mean, he had it so prepped before we got there, like all week long in preparation and stuff. So when he got there, he just had to put down the gold, and it ripped every time. And to be honest, I couldn't believe it because when I first got that car, which we'll get there when we get there, but we rode the struggle bus hard.
Sure. Like with anything. Gary, what's missing out of this picture?
What?
What's missing out of this picture?
I don't see a car in the other lane. Oh, there's the cover over the bleachers there.
Yeah.
Wow, no kidding. That's wow. Yeah. That's really cool because that's a good place to sit in the shade.
They're covered now. Cool.
That's a good catch. I didn't notice that. Yeah, Hark City's such a cool place. I love it. Now we go to November of 19. This is Streetcar Takeover. You, Derek, and Jeff Spear.
Yep, we literally went there and we pretty much just ran the whole class over. It was crazy. We literally just fucked everybody up. It was cool. I mean, Derek won. I don't remember what all classes were. I won the truck class, and then Jeff Spears won maybe Outlaw Street, and then Derek won True Street and Small Tire, something like that. I don't remember, but we did really, really well that weekend.
It looks like you have to have a big check to get in this picture.
That is true. Yeah, only big checks allowed. Devin took my big check this weekend, so that's why I didn't get my picture.
In 2019, like Derek won like everything he entered, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yep. So
I
ran with we raced a lot together. We traveled a lot, and I mean, what was cool about having the truck is I could get in small tire with him, and we get data, and then I could get in the truck class. The truck class is where I was competitive at because, like I said, they were going 50s consistently, and I was going 60s and 70s.
Right on.
Yeah. There's your plaque.
Yep.
Takeover. Yeah.
Yep, cool. That was a good time. Got a shirt right there that says you only get this shirt if you win or something like that.
Yeah. It was there, and I had to kind of chop it away to make this little plaque a little bigger to see. But
no, that's perfect.
Yeah. The next picture I have introduces the blue car.
Yep. So that was Daniel Ferris's car. I didn't buy it from him. I bought it from Chris Wiggins out of Texas. It was on Turbo Bullet and kept going back and forth. And, my truck, I was like, man, I got to get a real race car. You know what I'm saying? Well, at the time, this thing went like 430. This is in 19. So I was like, man, that thing's sweet. Well, the dude didn't want to sell it with the motor and stuff. So I was like, I'll buy it as a roller. I gave $25,000 for it and drove all the way there and got it and brought it back. And that's whenever the old big block life started.
You joined the Big Block Club, huh?
Yep.
I didn't put a date with this. Okay, so were you still racing the truck?
At the same time, yeah. So I had the truck, and because the car, I didn't like when I got the car, I set it to the the side for like 3 months, 4 months. I was trying to collect parts and stuff like that, and so whenever I took it to a chassis shop, I could say, here's everything you possibly need. Let's just get it done.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, that one right there that's the one that John Bennett is talking about, the plug wires. So that was at the Flashlight Start in Texas. and I think we changed 11 sets of plugs. Joey was tuning my truck, and he made us change plugs every single round. And I ran small tire and True Street, so it was just constant boom, boom, boom. On that truck number 8, we used to have to take the steering shaft out because the steering shaft went behind the headers. You know what I'm saying? Well, we figured out how to make this rigged wrench to like slide in there and do it. But I'm telling you, whoever put it in when it was hot, you're guaranteed to get burnt. So it's just no other way around it. Your hand is burnt.
Yeah. How'd you pick who the sucker is that had to pull that one?
Well, John, he just volunteered. The one that commented on there earlier. I call him Weird Arms because he has some weird elbows that do some crazy things. And he could reach his hand. He could reach his hand in 15 different angles and reach up in there and get it. I'd have to lay on the ground and jack the truck up to get underneath it, you know. So
he says I was sick of changing those plugs. So many blisters.
Yeah. After that weekend, we said we're going to the dyno. There's something wrong with this thing.
Oh man.
That was right when we put a CID box in it because we thought that was the next greatest thing.
Oh, okay. Cameron Marshall says if I had Justin's money, I'd burn mine. Holy cow.
Yeah.
2 race cars at the same time. Oh, whatever, Cameron.
I learned quickly that I couldn't do that. So Nate actually got my truck sold for me because I was to the point like, hey, I'm ready to do this big block thing, but I knew it was going to cost me, 50 to 60 to get it put together and stuff like that with everything. And Chris Leak, yep, there's when we started putting it together right there. Chris Leak from Springfield came down, and I mean, he gave me $65,000 for my truck, and we moved on.
Dang, right on.
And I missed it the entire time because when I first got this blue car, we struggled.
Yeah. Before the last picture, before Gary came to this picture, I was going to ask you about the you said Joey was tuning your truck at that time or changing plugs.
Joey was tuning the truck right here. Yep, he was remote. He wasn't there, but he was. We're sending emails back and forth and all that stuff.
So when you guys connected or
yeah, well, we connected before that. We probably a few years before that, I actually started sponsoring his car and Joe Hunt, who we lost in Coffeyville years back. So those two, anytime they'd come through Missouri, because they race, I'm telling you, Joey now spends more time with family and stuff because his kids are getting older. But back in the day, I'm telling you, Joey would drive around the country every single weekend. He did not care and he was not scared. And so anytime he'd come through Missouri, we would go eat, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, or go to the shop, or if he needed to work on his car in the shop, or just hang out, say hi, whatever, And like I said, he helped me here a little bit, but at this time, Joey wasn't tuning cars, you know what I'm saying? There's a 1320s video of this whole race on YouTube, and he didn't tune no cars or anything. I swindled him into tuning this one for me.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and you're getting some fab work done here, some turbos hanging. How big are these turbos with this big block?
So those were 88s, the Precision 88 108s.
Okay.
Yep.
Right on. Who's doing this work here?
Starting Line Motorsports, Cody Barklage, and
okay.
the Ozarks. They used to pro mod race a whole bunch.
Right, the Barklage name, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That is like spring, April of 20. Is that correct? Is that an accurate time?
Pretty close, yeah, because I had that car for about a year and a half, 2 years before I got the purple one. So yeah, it's probably pretty close. That motor, that's the first ever time I took it out. That motor is a $12,000 boat motor too. It came out of a boat. That's the very first time I ever took that thing out. We took it to XRP, and I went like 447, and I pedaled it 9,000 times, and I was off the gas. I was scared shitless, to be honest with you, because big block power is way different than LS power, and this thing would shoot flames over the roof when it'd get on the popper. And I remember the first time I did, I just let off the button because I thought something was wrong. My truck never shot flames, and the LS motor didn't sound like that thing did.
Oh yeah, you thought he was blowing it up on the chip.
Yep, Nate Bell was there and Josh at 2JM was there. We went all the way down there. I remember we were driving on 69 highway, and my exhaust on my diesel that you see there fell off, and I had Nate with me, and we had to get the generator out and get a cutting torch and cut it together and put it all together. We were like in McAllister, Oklahoma.
Whoa.
Oh wow. This is It's got the same date at XRP here.
Yeah, XRP. Yeah, it was when we were out testing it.
Great.
That was the very first time that it ever came out.
What does it say? Garage built?
Yep. Tyson Tyson back in the day helped me a whole bunch.
Shane Mock has an interesting comment. He says this car is getting ready to be for sale as a roller.
There you go.
Wow.
It's a super, super good car. It treated me good. The Mocks, that treated them really good too whenever they had it. I mean, they went pretty fast at Mid-America. Didn't they go 20s or 30s or something like that down there with it, or a little faster?
I don't remember what they ran here with that. Shane can say this is interesting news right here. Wow.
The fastest we ever went with it was like a 41 or something, maybe a 40 flat. And then Shane and them pretty much blew that out of the water when they had it. I don't remember what they ran, but they did it at Mid-American when Devin was out there just setting records.
Right. Tony Whitmore says big block twin turbo is a whole nother ball game.
That's facts. Facts. No little motor no more.
Shane is dropping info here. New car in the works.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
All right.
Get it ready by the
Well, it's we know what it is. It's a Supra, right? He always talks about a 2JZ, so he has to be building a Supra.
Down at Mark's, there was 4 of them down there.
Yeah, there's 4 Supras up there in Stefan's shop. Oh yeah, perfect.
2 and 2 together.
Yeah, we got it figured out. Don't worry, we'll make up stories about it. Another comment here. Shane says absolutely. Okay, he agrees. Very good.
There you go. It's official.
This is
a great picture there, Justin.
Yeah, that's Street Machines, or that one right there was Street Machines. That's the first time we ever went 40s. I raced Craven at it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. I went 41 to his 44.
Oh.
It was a great race. This was at Street Machines, and I woke up the next day and thought I was the shit because, if you win Street Machines, you're the shit,
That's right.
And we struggled hard that day, like really, really hard that day. We never made it down until first round eliminations, and then we just started rolling.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Brendan has info on the car here. It says it went a 32 forced to abort at 550 in Old Blue.
Yeah, so they had that thing ripping. They got it a lot lighter than I had it too. Like I said, I raced it at 3350, and I know they got some weight out of it and stuff.
Right on.
Shane says a 3JZ Supra. All right, very good. And here's you and Craven in the staging lanes.
That was the finals. Yep, right there.
Man, let's see. That says September of 20.
Yeah, Street Machines, whenever it was back then.
And this jumps to February of 2021. Is this like an different engine combo?
No, this is all the same. It just was painted and powder coated and almost done.
Yeah,
yeah, just cleaned up and pretty almost ready for me to go pick it up.
Yeah. It's like they turn the turbos as well. And yeah, blacked it out. Looks good.
Yep. That was right when I was going to pick it up.
Nice and clean. This goes to March of 20. Oh, Texas Radio Roundup, March of 21.
Yep, I put a new front clip on it. If you can see difference from before, I had a hole in the center of it and stuff. And I put a new hood, all that stuff on there. I took the black wrap off of it and had it all painted by Robert Beasley.
Okay, cool. Robert Beasley.
That race, that hits who puts on Hot Summer Nights.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that race right there, I'll never forget it. We raced all the way till 4 in the morning, and it got so cold. We got down to 5 cars, and we all split.
Man.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, that was still in March when Radio Roundup first, started.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we were there. I think that's the first time Keith and I went to just kind of hang out and watch.
Yep.
And 4 o'clock in the morning, it was really, really cold.
Super cold. I had a smart car, and we all just crammed in there with the heater on.
All right. Let's see. Here's a comment. Let's see what this is. Here's Robert Beasley. He says that bumper made it one race before it had to come back. He's hard on stuff in the early years. Uh-oh.
That's a fact. We literally went out there and threw the parachutes, and the whole front end slammed on the ground and ripped it all messed
Oh,
up.
no.
I mean, brand new, beautiful paint job. I called Robert on Monday and said, hey, can I bring this to you and have you fix it? I mean, he had to like rebuild the whole thing because it hit the front end so hard. It's one thing I am happy about my new car. That thing sets gangster and it's low, but the mocks will probably tell you loading it sucks. And you got to put more compression in the front of it because if you throw the chutes, it will just slam the front end in the ground.
Oh, wow. Fast car problems. Let's see. That was March 21. This goes to May 21. You're back at Mid-America Dragway?
Yep. Went there, and I never made a pass there with my car. We got there, and I put a brand new billet big block in it. This is the first ever time. They brought it from Texas, 2JM that built it. And the fuel pump, I don't know. It kept dying and dying and dying and dying and dying and dying. I remember I did a burnout 3 times, and we could never stage the car.
Wow.
So we drove all the way there, then came home.
Oh, geez.
That's crazy sometimes.
Yeah. What would you find out what the problem was?
Well, yeah, at the time, so that car has Fuel Tech on it, and it had like a safety on it, you know what I'm saying? And it was just a safety issue the whole time, and we just, couldn't figure. We were on the spot, couldn't figure it out. Can't think what race that was. That could have been it was Titans in 21. I thought so. Did they go to Mad? Probably not. I don't know what race that was.
I don't know. I don't remember what that was.
Titans or maybe just a regular shootout,
Yeah.
Huh.
That's the race that Craven broke his drive shaft and spun round and around racing Russell Foreman.
Sounds like a Titans.
Man. Yeah. Now we go to May of 21. This little deal says Midwest Pro Mod Series.
Oh, yeah, that was Throwdown at T-Town, and I was dumb. I went on a small tire, and they didn't have a class, so I got in the 420 class. Funny, odd story is that's my business partner now in Barron Racing in the other lane.
Right.
This is how we all became friends right here, and this is how it all started, really, is just right here, right now.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, because I was going to bring that up anyway. So
yeah, me too.
I see you got the shirt on.
Yeah,
introduce us to that.
Yeah, so I mean, me and John met, in 21, and man, we became really good friends, and he would load my shop with tires. At the time, if you remember, right when COVID hit, you couldn't buy tires, like they were on back order and stuff like that.
Like this.
Yes. So we were hoarding them. I was buying every single tire that I could possibly find. You know what I'm saying? And he was, and I was selling. I mean, I would literally sell $15,000 a week in tires. No shit.
Dang.
And because we're the only ones that had them, you know what I'm saying? So we would just buy stock, huge stock. And, a lot of them came from Nick, but not everybody knows about that plug, online and stuff like that, which they're, Midwest Hoosier. So, but Mickey Thompson radials, pro bracket radials, you weren't getting them. You weren't getting them. There was a time where they were not available,
Right.
And so we started doing it for a while. And then one day I had a shop in Joplin too. This is my home shop, but I had one in Joplin for years and years and years. And my landlord was like, hey, I'm going to sell this building. I'm going to move you to 15th Street. And I was like, I don't even need it. I have a shop at home. I want you to go look at it. So I went and looked at it, and I called John. And I was like, now's the time to open a store, like a brick and mortar, real old school speed shop, have car shows, have tree nights. If we're going to do it, now's the time to do it, which was last year, January 7th. So we're going almost on 2 years of in-store like that. And got 2 employees there now. And we sit on $200,000 or $300,000 in inventory in there at all times. I mean, we have Dominators, Fuel Tech. I mean, if it's something that all of us run, I got it.
Right on.
Man, that's awesome.
Great.
The only thing that I light on now is I don't have that many tires now because shipping has gone through the roof, obviously, as inflation's gone up. So now it's easier to have enough tires to sell if you want to walk in and buy it, but I can just drop ship them cheaper, So it just it doesn't make sense for me to ship them to you anymore like it did back then. Back then, people would buy them by the pallet. I would sell you, I could fit 16 tires on a pallet and wrap them up, eight sets. And we'd saran wrap them, and we'd ship it Fastenal to Fastenal. So you'd have to go to your Fastenal spot and get it. But I could ship a pallet of tires for $99.
Dang.
anywhere in the country it wanted to go. Just have to jump. Fastenal isn't, oh, you're going to get it on Tuesday. You don't know when you're going to get it. You're going to get it, but I don't know when.
Right.
So,
man.
Very
cool. So do you have a stock in the showroom you can walk in and buy and
everything? You want nitrous, you want CO2, you want race fuel, you want drums, you want tires, you want CO2 kits, you want the coolest thing that we have is we have a monstrous what is it, like people, if they want to sell their parts, like I have a consignment, a huge rack. So like all my local gearheads and stuff, they don't want to mess with Facebook and stuff, so they just come in there and tell us what they want to sell it for, and we sell it, and then we just work it out. And it helps a lot of the people around our area, because things that they're looking for, instead of having to buy it brand new, they can get it used right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have we have helmets, we have fire systems, fire suits. I mean, push bars. We got probably $25,000 in a fitting wall, like any fitting you could possibly want from 3 to 20. Hose as much as you want from methanol rated. I mean, got those Burromax scooters. We have wheel displays. I mean, pretty much anything you could think of. Like Summit, just not on that level.
Right. And for those that may not know, John, he works for Stroud right now,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, he runs Oklahoma City. Tommy Cunningham owns it. Obviously, he's he lives in Kentucky though, and does the fire systems. I mean, he's in Oklahoma City all the time, but so John pretty much runs the Oklahoma City store for him. And so if you parachutes, suits, I mean the new neck devices, fire systems, the CM burn down tubes. That's I don't know. A lot of people don't know that, but that's Cunningham machine. Yep. That's Tommy Cunningham.
That's right.
So they do a lot more other stuff too. If you need anodizing, they anodize. If you need laser cutting, they laser cut. Like they can do a lot of stuff.
Okay, go back to the anodizing. Stroud does that, or Cunningham?
Not Cunningham does that. Yeah.
Okay.
So not Stroud in Oklahoma City. It'd have to go back to Kentucky, but they do anodizing and stuff. So
if you need something
anodized, like they can anodize it for you.
Good to know. Right on.
Yeah. It just has to go to the Kentucky, which Kentucky's where all the fire systems are made.
Okay. John's a good dude. I've bought some stuff from John and hit him up. He hits you right back, and stuff's shipped out the door. It goes.
Yeah, no, that's he's the one that kind of pushed me into it and got me into it and stuff. Like I said, I would just show up at home and have 30 pairs of tires on my door and be like, what the hell is this? Like, how much do I owe you? And he's like, no, just sell them, So there for a while, we were hustling Oklahoma City and Joplin. And then it just got to the point where I'm super busy in my granite business. Like we do a lot of business through it. And it just got to the point where I couldn't juggle both of it. So I was like, let's have a brick and mortar. Plus it's really cool. We're in Joplin, so we're right on I-44. There's nothing in Springfield, and there's only one spot in Tulsa. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people that are just driving down 44. You can literally take the range line exit and get back on the Main Street exit. It's that simple to get to our store.
That's awesome. Heck yeah. Got some comments to catch up here. Dun, dun, dun. Chris Grafton says, let's not forget to mention how much Justin has helped hundreds of people with their programs throughout this entire time.
Yeah. Back at, there when I first started, I mean, like I was a big VP dealer and stuff like that. And, racing's expensive, and I never really had it easy. So I always wanted to give if I could, you know what I'm saying? So I would basically, hey, put a J&N sticker on your car and I'll give you a couple barrels of fuel, or whatever. That was back whenever methanol was $150 a drum and not $340 a drum.
Right.
So things have changed since then, because like now it's just it's crazy. VP's gone so corporate. It's tough. It's very tough.
Yeah. Chris Grafton says, how many cars were on the J&N program at one time?
At least 50, I would say, probably.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I had them in Texas, Missouri. I mean, you name it. Every fast car you ever seen racing somewhere, I guarantee had a J&N Granite sticker on the back of it.
Cool.
Devin says brakes.
Yep. I got him. So he's building him a secret S10, and we got him
Devin
a set of. Yeah. I'll let him tell you more about it if he wants to.
Okay.
But it's a cool little project that he's got going on, and he just bought a set of brakes from me for it.
Very cool.
Larry Hunt says, make sure you go to Baron Racing and get one of Justin's custom Zeus clip tools.
Yeah. So let me tell you the story about that. So we asked for these Zeus tools, like metal Zeus tools. And we told the guy, hey, we want them to fit good in your hand. Well, it looks like a dick. I wish I had one with me. It has balls and everything. Has 3 different Zeus things on it, and it fits in your hand really nice. It really does. But he made us about 5,000 of them. So whenever you come in the store, we just give you a Baron dick if you want.
You got a rack of go to the rack of dicks and pick one out.
Pretty much, we just give them. Like I said, we got about 5,000 of them cut, and we thought it was a joke. And the guy was like, "Nah, man, you told me you wanted to fit good in your hand," and we're like, "Are you kidding me right now?" I mean, it has 3 different Zeus types on it, and I mean, it literally looks like, yeah. I mean, it's pretty wild. So on the invoice, when we invoice you, we just call it a Baron dick.
Oh, geez. Oh man, that's funny. Craven says, let's also not forget how much Mariah Heckman does for this team.
She's the one that keeps it all together, honestly. She's got really, I mean, she's confident packing parachutes, she's on it. She's ride or die. Tell me when you don't see her at the races, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm racing, she's there. So she's all about it. That is a fact. She got pissed at me when I went red. I mean, I heard it on the radio. You dumb mother. Now I'm playing. She didn't say that, but she just couldn't believe I went red. I mean, especially to a .001 red light. But yeah,
Rodney, you need to get some radios.
Radios, they've changed. Right. I'll be honest. The reason why I did is when I had the blue car, we were in Texas. I called Joey the fuel cap bandit. He put fuel in my car and didn't put the cap back on it, and my car caught on fire.
Ooh. Oh crap!
And I was in the middle of the track jumping, and they thought I was doing jumping jacks, and I was trying to yell at them that my car was on fire.
Oh, man.
So by the time they got there, needless to say, it burned my hood and some stuff up, and we never didn't have radios after that, because if I would have had a radio, I could have said I was on fire.
Yeah. Rodney, you don't have no radios. You need some radios.
It's pretty cool, because, I mean, if anything, or like this weekend, Jake heard his transmission, we'll get to that, but he heard his transmission, and I could literally be radioing down because I seen it. Hey, don't send any cars. Check the track.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just, or there's times like at Ozark, whenever there's a lot of cars at the end, you can't keep stuffing cars back there. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Yeah. So you can radio back and say, hey, don't send any more cars. Let us get off we're on the track still.
Yeah. Devin says that's not so secret no more, I guess, about the S10.
I'm a bad secret keeper.
Oh, man. Well, just edit it out, right? Oh, man. Where was we here? We saw that and that. It's that. You and Craven.
Yep.
February 21, we got that.
Yep.
This is Mid-America. Tulsa, okay.
Yeah.
Here is July of 21 at Ozark.
Yep. We raced a lot of Ozark races. I mean, a bunch of Ozark races. I mean, Ozark's our home track, and we'll get to that when we get to talking about last night. But people are so fast to just I guess talk shit, you know what I'm saying, about, and they don't understand how much work and stuff people are putting into these places and how much money. Like if anybody thought you'd buy a racetrack and get rich, I'd suggest you buy one and get rich. Let's see you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Good luck, right?
Yeah, it's you literally do it because you love it. You're not doing it for any other reason. I mean, it's there is no other reason to, like it's in Ozark. Once we get going into Ozark for last night, I mean, anybody that was there last night will tell you that track has never been like it was last night.
Cool.
And that's just the start. I mean, he just got it ground. I mean, if you think about it, we've only had one radial race, and it rained us out since then. And then he's had some bracket races and stuff like that.
So this date on this is July of 21. This next picture jumps to February of 22 with a giant dyno number.
Yep, that's at Fuel Tech USA. We actually took it to Georgia. So we got tired of struggling and stuff, had a billet motor in it at this time. And I will tell you, if you have Fuel Tech and you've never been, you're dumb not to go, honestly. Like you go, I had an ECU problem, no problem. They just gave me a brand new one. I had a boost controller going out, no problem. They just put another one on it. The coolest thing about it is right next door is Proline. Literally.
Oh,
they have
wow,
every
no
single
kidding.
part you possibly need. Yeah, Proline's in the same parking lot. So as soon as we had run into a problem, we just walked to Proline and buy the part. We paid the Dillard tax, that's for sure. But when you're already in Georgia and you're already on the dyno and it's already costing so much money to be there, what do you expect? What do you expect?
You're gonna pack it up.
Oh, wow.
So we went over there, and the thing I remember about that the most is Doug is one of the owners of Proline. And this guy walked us around his shop as humble as can be. You would never know he was the owner. Garrett, that works for Fuel Tech, had to say, "All right, Doug, stop messing around and tell him who you really are." We would have never known. Never known.
Not just the floor sweeper, huh?
Never known. You would have never known. He's the most humble guy in racing. That's why a lot of people have Proline engines. They just, man, they back you up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a reason why they're out front.
Wow. There's a comment here. Scott Lanker says, we made that with iron junk on Chris's dyno. Huh.
So that was on 29 pounds of boost right there. And we had 850 atomizers and we put 1,000 atomizers in it because we only had single 8 set. And we were at 89 or 88% duty cycle. And Jack's like, yeah, you can't go no more. You're done.
Yeah, you used them up.
That was on 29 pounds of boost. So once we get there, talking about my purple car, like this weekend, when we get there, my car only seen 39 pounds of boost this weekend.
Huh.
So
yeah, and that's this is the last I have on that, and then April, so just right down the road from there, this car pops in.
Yep. So that was a funny deal, or that thing was for sale, and the Mox had it. I've known him forever, and I don't remember if Shane called me or what. We got to talking one day, and I said, "Hey, let's trade my roller, and I'll give you a badass big block, brand new, and you give me your car." Everybody thought I was crazy because he was getting he honestly got a $30,000 motor and a $30,000 car. You know what I'm saying? He wanted 50 or 60, so he did right. But my thing about it is I literally lost about 800 pounds overnight switching to this car.
Right.
So for me, the racing I'm doing now is what I was always after. Not saying my blue car couldn't do it. It was just really heavy. It's hard to make a 3,350 pound car do what this car does.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight.
So, and like I said, the Mach, that thing sets perfect. It's beautiful color, ultra color paints it, and it's I since then I've changed the front end and lost more weight and stuff, since I've gotten it. But
Shane said he was just trying to buy a damn intake.
That is probably true, and he got the intake too out of the deal.
He did.
There you go.
It was a badass Thompson Motorsports intake.
Oh man. This goes to June of 22. It's at Larry Jeffers Race Cars.
Yep, I got it, and I called Larry, and Larry is like my second dad. I'm serious. I could call him right now, and he would answer my phone call. And I said, "Hey, I'm going to get this car. Can you get it in?" Yeah, no problem. He really couldn't get it in. He was too damn busy, but he did it anyways. And I'll be honest, he put the motor in the car, transmission, the whole front half of the car, changed everything, fuel cell, did everything. He did it all in 19 days.
Dang.
He even has a tumbler that polishes all the headers and all that stuff, a powder coater in house, but literally all of it was done in 3 weeks, out his door completely.
Wow.
And so it was pretty wild how quick he was at it.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yep, and now they build my motors too. So Bullet Racing Engines that I'm always tagging is Larry Jeffers.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And then Extreme Racing Oil, the oil that I run, that's Larry Jeffers too.
That's a one-stop shop, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're ever in his area and you can stop in, I suggest it. It's an enterprise. I mean, you will blow your mind. I mean, it is a factory of chassis in there. They have their own carbon and paint shop, their own fuel shop, oil shop, engine shop, IHRA now. I mean, like it is the coolest spot ever. And that if you've never met Larry, he is one of the greatest dudes out there. I mean, you would never even know, again, you would know because he wears a Larry Jeffers shirt a lot, but you would never know if you talk to him that he owns what he owns.
Yeah, the name Larry on the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he owns IHRA, right?
That's correct.
Still? Okay.
Yep, no, he owns it. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
There you go.
And he owns No Prep Wars too. It's a No Prep series that he's having going on too.
Wow.
So
This was also July. Now, this was at Nate Bell's shop, right?
That is correct. Yep, that's right when I got it back from Larry, and Nate set it up. Like 4 days after this, we went to Ozark for the for the first ever time.
Cool.
Man, car looks so good. Woo!
Yeah, really, really good.
July. This next picture jumps to May of 23.
Yeah, so that's there was a lot more in between that, but that one right there was so we went out to a race. We went Friday and Saturday and won both races at Mokan. It was a small tire shootout deal on Friday, and then Redemption Streetcar Takeover deal on Saturday, this same weekend right here.
Okay.
And I'll never forget, we went out there and we went 440 flat and just put it on cruise control, and it was like super hot, and I was like, Mokan, how are you doing this? I was going like 170 something out there, and it was just like clockwork, never spun the tire. I was honestly like, what just happened? The track record at the time was a 50, and I went out there and broke it with a 41 and then a 40, and I couldn't believe it. And we did it during racing and stuff. And later that year, we'll get to Hot Summer Nights. I'm sure you got them, and that's when Devin comes in and just bends me over and takes my record.
John Bennett says clubbing baby seals that weekend.
I felt very bad. I told Joey, I said, hey, we need to go 470s or 480s. And he said, okay. So we turned my car way down. It was on like 16 pounds of boost going 40s. We couldn't go any slower. Wow. And the whole field was going like 5.0s. I felt really bad.
Oh, man.
So
this goes to June. You're at XRP doing some giant wheelies.
Yep, that was Big Jake's race right there. That's the first ever time I went 412 that weekend, and I thought I thought that was the first ever time I went that fast. We wheelied a lot. At that time, we didn't know what we were doing with the tuner, getting after it. I didn't have Joey either. Joey was racing somewhere, so Joey was helping VI Laptop, and it's just not the same as having you in person. You know what I'm saying? We ended up putting 44 pounds on the nose, and it never wheelied again, and we ended up going for personal best, went 412.
Man.
So, and I remember I drew a car, and it was a lot like Ron Rhodes's car, but it was black. And I was like, oh, I'm going to fuck this guy up. You know what I'm saying? he went out there and went 399 to my 412, put me on the trailer.
Oh, holy cow.
Oh, I went to his pit and said, I'll never underestimate, because it was a leaf spring car. I was like, I'll never underestimate. When I heard he had leaf springs, I said, I ain't worried about you.
Piece of cake.
Yeah. I was wrong.
Wow. That's Buggy Springs. Man, this goes to July of 23. This is at Ozark, right?
Yep, that was the Don Irwin $5,000 shootout, and that was a good race there. There was quite a bit of cars there. I ended up racing one of my buddies down here in my town, Daniel Anders, in the red car. I raced him in the final that weekend for $5,000.
And this is September. Like both of these pictures had the same date. Like there was a daytime winners picture and a nighttime winners
picture. Yeah, that's
picture.
when we were clubbing baby stills again at Mokan.
Okay, that same deal. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
This goes to October of 23. This looks like XRP.
No, that's Ennis. That was Scott Palmer. That was the Nitro deal. He had a small tire race. He had 16 small tire cars hand selected, fast cars.
Nitro Circus deal.
Yep, and he had his Nitro cars. It was Stampede of Speed, what it was, concert and stuff like that. And we went out there and literally won $10,000. I couldn't believe it. It was a cool time. And that was at Ennis.
And there's Scott there in the middle beside you there.
Man, Scott's a legend. I'm telling you, if you've never got to hang out with him, you need to. Like, he's just. I hope to be his. I hope when I'm his age, I'm that type of person. I mean, he's a rock star. I'm telling you, you just don't find a better guy than that. Like, you need a Hemi, he'll find you one. You need something, he'll help you. You know what I'm saying? So he's and he has balls that hang down to his ankles as he wrecked at Mid-America. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then like literally 3 months later, he's in a top fuel. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I would probably be a little terrified after that wreck. And he's still out there going, 380s in the quarter.
Yeah. Wow. From October, late 23, this goes to May of this year, 2024.
Flying H, that was when you guys were there. That's Streetcar Takeover right there.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
And this was Friday night, right?
That was Friday night. Yep. And we were hauling ass all weekend, you know.
Yeah.
And then, Saturday, I raced my buddy Daniel, and he went 000 on the tree against me.
Yeah.
And it was a drag race. It's just if you go perfect on the tree, you should probably win.
Yeah, we were racing that tight.
Yeah.
That was a good race, though. I was there.
Yeah.
It was a good race. Yeah, it was a good race. Me and Craven had a damn good race Friday night, like inches. And then I ended up racing Brandon Carter in the finals that night. So
yeah. Now was that the first time you'd been to Flying H?
First time, yeah.
Yep. It's a cool place.
People don't understand, like there's people, I mean, it's a $14 million facility. It's like state of the art.
Yep.
The shutdown going uphill, like you don't even have to throw your parachutes if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's a very cool place. They're racing there this weekend too. I mean, there's a Titans race in Bonne Terre, and then they have a race at Flying H this weekend as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Kyle's 1320 video of this race?
Yeah, that was super cool.
Yeah.
The GoPro footage and stuff. Yeah, that was awesome. That was cool. Yeah, you had a good race with Craven. You just got in the marbles a little bit there. You were ripping them. That's one thing. When you race Rodney, you better be on the tree because Rodney's going to be on the tree.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, and your car is always going to go down, and you keep everybody honest.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you was the only small block in that whole group that night, right, Rod?
I think
was it or
Jared.
Travis? Huh? Oh, Jared.
Travis there.
Yeah.
Jared and Travis.
Yeah, you had a tough field of a lot of big cars there, and the track was nothing but stellar. It was phenomenal.
We had a good time, and I'd do it again, even if it happened the same way going in. I knew it. I'd do it again.
Yeah. The track prep there is just it's on another level.
Yeah,
it was fun.
So,
this goes to July. Just here a few weeks ago. This is at Beach Bend Raceway. What was going on at Beach Bend in late July?
Yeah, so me and Jake and Matt Sampietro, we said, hey, let's go to Kentucky and race this small tire race. It pays like $8,000. Let's do it. So we didn't take a rig or nothing. We took my truck and we drove all night long there, 8.5 hours. And we got there and we stayed in a hotel that night. We woke up that day. We went. It was hot as hell. We were out there, nut bolt check, everything else. Go off the trailer, go like 31. Like everybody else is like going 60s. We're like, oh, this is easy. Go up next round, go 418. And we're like, oh, God, we're ripping. We got this shit in the bag. Go up first round, and I got a car that's pretty quick, and I was the fourth pair in the left lane. The first car oiled the left lane down. The second one spun on the starting line. The third one was, let me tell you, Beach Bend is BTR Nation. It's all LS motors. I mean, BTR is their home track. But anyways, the second one, he did about 5 burnouts because he couldn't get it to spin and blew his water pump out and put water all over the track. Jake and them, we thought we got it good enough. We don't know. It kicked the tire on the starting line.
Dang.
So we loaded up in 20 minutes. I shit you not. And we were on the road. We drove 8.5 hours home, all the way home. Just like our whole mood went from 100 to 0 real fast.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Gut punch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Jake's a trooper though. Like I said, racing with him's been a lot of fun. I said, hey, you want to go to Kentucky? Mariah, I don't want to go, and I don't want to take the rig. It's a Saturday race only. It wasn't a Friday and Saturday. I said, let's leave out Friday night after work, drive through the night, get a hotel, wake up, go eat some good food in Kentucky, go race, and if we win, we'll stay, and if we lose, we'll drive home.
Man.
So
this next batch of stuff leads into this is Hot Summer Nights.
Yeah, that's this old boy right here.
Ground.
I'm telling you. What most people don't understand is Hot Summer Nights is almost one of the most important races for any of us to win, personally. Like, it might not pay the most money, but we don't really race for the money. I don't anyways. So, I mean, it's one of those deals is being able just to have this crown over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got 2, Jake's got 1. I think Devin and them's got 3. It's one of those deals that, like, you're the fucking king, you know what I'm saying? So it was a good win. And I mean, on top of it, if you didn't see the race, me and Devin both broke the track record again there. I just went a little bit faster than him, and we set the track record at a 4:17 at 187.
Nice. Golly.
Yeah, and
we
Devin
talked about
went,
that.
And Devin went 418 right beside us. Best drag race either of us have ever had. I mean, it was door to door the entire drive, you know.
Well, and I want to talk about that because we talked about that last week and we wanted to roll the play out. So take me to this race. So who got out first on that?
Like who went out for
who got the best reaction on that one?
So this will never happen again. I just raced Devin this weekend. So I went 030 to his 090.
Okay.
And I promise you, Devin hasn't slept since then because I guarantee you that he's gotten the most shit from his family and all of them. Because Devin don't do that. Devin lives in the teens, 20 range. It's just that's how he races. And he let me have the tree on him. And the victory at margin was like 0.07. So, I mean, it was pretty much all right there on the tree.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't think that would be the story. You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. He actually 60-footed me and 330'd me. We were close. And then I just, you know, have a ton of mile an hour in my car. So, I mean, we just went out the bag.
Yep.
So,
wow. Keep talking about that. Keep talking about it. I'll be right back.
Devin said 4, not 3. This is
4 what?
4 crowns, not 3 crowns.
Oh shit! Tell him get off here, get out of here. I think he won 4 back to back to back. I'm telling you, like,
right.
They were the king of hot summer nights for a long time, and I mean they are. I mean, last year they went to the semifinals, and this year they went to the finals. I mean, they're never. You can never count them out. They're always right there. They ain't dummies, and they're not quitters.
No doubt. So, well, I watched this race play out, and I didn't see the final until I watched it back. And when I seen it was that tight, I knew it had to be close there.
Oh, it was a drag race. It was pretty cool. You know, leading to that, whenever he gets back, he has some pictures that will show everybody. But it was a good night. I mean, the field was tight. We actually rode the struggle bus most of the day. I mean, during the day it was tough. You know, hot summer nights is hot summer nights for a reason. It's hot.
Yeah, that's what I got here from Jake. He's saying it's called the can they rename it to the perfect weather summer nights? You know?
Yeah.
Just for that reason, get rid of the hot.
Yep. So it was like I said, I mean, there was a lot of hitters in that class. Craven went number 1. Daniel went number 2. I went number 3, and so on and so on. I mean, there was, you know, I think we had 17 cars or 18 cars in the class. And I mean, there was no slouches in it. I mean, anybody could have won, honestly. So
that's racing for sure. It looks like you. I don't know how much you won there, but it looks like you needed enough money to win to pay everybody's entry fee there. You had a picture there. That's a good picture.
Yeah, no, they pretty much we 2,000 to win, and then I set the track record, the mile an hour record, and the ET record. So it paid all 3 spots of those. So
that's cool.
So it was pretty cool. And then obviously this crown. See, this crown was red for Devin's car this year, but he has a purple crown that I'm trying to get from him. But you know,
swap it.
Yeah, that's what we talked about last night.
Yeah, no kidding.
I was trying to sell my crown to him for the 15 grand, but he didn't want to do that.
He didn't want to do that, did he?
No, I was trying my best.
Yeah, I bet. So just looking at this picture here, let's move into the next. We got was this the night of the pit party as well, right?
Oh yeah, when he gets back, he'll show us some pictures on there. But yeah, we Jake Mason, he definitely he's the party at the racetrack. He is you know, whenever we talk about it, if anybody ever known Scott Palmer is the life of the racetrack, right? If you're at the racetrack and Scott Palmer's there, it's a party, period. If you're at the track and Jake Mason's there, it is a party, period, you know. And prior to that, we said, hey, we did a boil on the 4th of July, and we did a boil, and it worked out good. So we're like, you know what? Let's get 40-pound of crab, 50-pound of shrimp. Let's do this. We had 2 pots going, you know, like, I mean, we made a huge one. I bet we fed 120 people.
Right. Go ahead, Jerry, to the next picture. I'm sure it's it.
Oh, yeah, right there. Look at that. This was from Hot Summer Nights. Yeah.
Hot Summer Nights. Yep. So we had, you know, it was anybody could come. We didn't care who you were. You're a fan, spectator, track. You're driving on the road and seeing a race. Pull in, get you some crab meat, and let's drink some beer. Well, Jake, he got a keg as well. And there you go. First keg stands at Mokan in 12 years. So we got a keg. Jake Ulrich made a really good point that night. He said, oh yeah, yep, in the background. Oh, we were putting people upside down all night. That's me holding a leg and Jake holding a leg and or John holding a leg and Jake putting the spout in your mouth.
Oh man.
Jay, he made a good point though. He said, that was probably people's first keg stand, and honestly, a lot of people's last keg stand. So, because we had some people on there that we had a peer pressure to get them on. But whenever we got them on, what really happened is we had a couple guys say, "Hey, if you or Jake win Hot Summer's Night, I'll do a keg stand." We're like, "Oh yeah," I had like 15 people. We got to the keg and it was floated. It was empty.
Oh yeah.
And there's a close up if you can't see it.
John Bennett's one of them. He was supposed to do a keg stand if I won, and as soon as we got there, the keg had no beer in it.
Yeah, it's like glad that the keg was empty. Didn't have to pay my bet for a win for a keg stand.
It still holds. We just got to buy another keg.
There you go. That's awesome.
Oh man!
And then the single dice roll that Jake calls. It was crazy. So we always roll dice and gamble, $1, $5, whatever else. Well, Mr. Todd Bennett was there and he's a party, a good time. He said, "Oh, let's roll for 100." So we did.
Oh,
well, we rolled a 2 or 3. We ended up getting the pot up to $1,300, $1,400. Because we kept rolling the same dice number. And when you roll the same number, you got to double and double and double and double. I was loaning money from all the people at the pits, like taking everybody's $100. I didn't have no more money with me. And I ain't shitting you. I rolled a 4 and he rolled a 2 and I won all the money.
Whoa.
Literally.
Winning on the track, winning in the pits. Holy
that was just my weekend, I'm telling you. It was that was the most money that any of us have ever rolled dice on in the pits.
Wow.
Oh, man.
But and I will say at Hot Summer Nights, like we were talking earlier, what people don't understand is like we have 3 or 4 tracks around here that now we can all go fast. Mid-America's track record's a 4:16. Mokan's track record's a 4:17. And then I know we're talking no time and all that stuff. Obviously, I like no time racing, but I show times. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Most no time races nowadays, they say class cars are welcome because the car count and drag racing's down. To be honest with you, it's not like it was. So if you say no class cars, you're probably not going to get a full field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So nowadays they don't care if we show time. So last night we went 4:08 with an 8 at 193.
Man.
So Ozark's record now is a 4:08. Mokan's a 4:17. You got the Mid-America, it's a 4:16, and then I have no clue what Tulsa is. I'm sure it's probably pretty fast. So
right.
What about Flying H? That's
I'm sure I know 2 of us went 4:00s, didn't go no 3s, but a couple of us did go for bottom 0:00s. I'm not really sure if they have a track record or any of that stuff, but
right on.
But Mokan, I have the track record at Mokan, mile an hour and ET, and Ozark mile an hour and ET. And then obviously Devin has Mid-America.
Yeah. So what's on your schedule for September 27th and 28th? Where are you going to be?
I'm going to go see Gary Harper and the Harpers. I got it down. They've been on me and I feel bad. Whenever Gary took that job, he first called me and said, "Dude, I'm coming." And I was like, badass, because Mid-America is a good surface. We just needed some PJ1, to be honest with you. I'm a firm believer in it. But and Gary's like, "I'm only going to spray the best," And I feel bad because it's just my schedule has never lined up with me to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like every time Mid-America's had a race, Ozark or somebody else, and it's hard to drive 4 hours whenever I can drive an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, we're planning on that. I'm going to drag Jake to it for sure. And I'm sure Devin's going to come, and hopefully we'll get Tony Phillips to come and try to get all these Titan guys down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Devin can't stand back and let you take that track record without a fight himself.
We're going to fight for it. He knows it. Anytime we're both there, anytime we're there, we're all trying. And, Jake Mason, he has a fast, he went a 21 at that last race that he won down there. So, he wasn't far off there either. So.
And Foreman, isn't he in the teens?
Foreman, he's been in the teens. I don't know what he's done at Mid-America, but yes, Foreman's been 4:17. And I'll be honest, Foreman has the car. To be honest, if anybody has horsepower, that car has horsepower. You know what I'm saying? It's like a 959 on 6 kits. That thing is literally a 360, 70 car when it's all lined out, lock up, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he's been kind of quiet for a while. Maybe he's putting some big turbos on it or something. You never know.
I would love for you to text him that because he loves turbos. But he had a little bit of an issue at Flying H the last time y'all were there at that one deal, and so he's still trying to get his motor and stuff back together.
Yep, there it is, 413.
There he is. Russell says 413.
There you go. Yep.
Man, you guys are right there.
Yeah.
No, it's a
Charger.
It's a very crazy field, and now that we're almost to Ozark, that's one thing that people don't understand. Are we done with Mokan or?
Yeah.
You got any more for Mokan?
Yeah.
No. So Ozark going into this $15,000 race. I mean, what people don't understand is Craven's literally put way more money than this, but I mean the track remodel just costed probably 40 or 50 grand. And if you've ever been to Ozark, have your shock sensor set up and go down there again now and overlay the data. You know what I'm saying? And I mean it's a racetrack. He really spent the money. He sprayed I think LC7 this weekend, and I'm telling you, there was a lot of 4.0 pass, 14 passes. Usually when we go to Ozark, honestly, we're going 30s and 40s. That's about as fast as we can go. Maybe we'll go some 20s, maybe. But now, I mean, Craven set the bar pretty high now. I mean, we were all out there hauling ass. I mean, like I said, I went 193.7 out there on his surface. And we never spun the tire or anything. I felt like we had a really fast race car and got Devin in the finals, and I went .001 red. I told Craven the tree needs some recalibrating or something like that. I
want to talk to you about that. So a couple things, and a shout out to Craven because I know he's been a 10 as well. So we're talking about all the, where everybody's at.
Yep.
But take me to that, because I went red myself with an 00 something, and I saw the yellow, so I know I was just too deep with my bump. And so is that what happened to you?
Yeah, I mean, if you go look at the video I posted, I can see the yellow too, but I had to be too deep. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was a little more shallow, I would have been on it, but I was just too deep. I seen the yellow too, but if you look at the video and slow it down, my top bulbs turn off before the green light drops. You know what I'm saying? So, but the yellows were on. I left on yellow, but I just, .001s. I mean, the thing about it is if you ain't on the steering wheel against a lot of us, you're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like you can win a whole shot really, really fast. You know? So you gotta be up on it. And whenever we're all going as fast as we're going, I mean, like literally, well, just like Mokan, an 090 to an 030 caused the race. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's funny you mentioned that because you mentioned earlier about my, reaction and stuff. And I'll just tell everybody right here, back when Brendan Mock was bracket racing, before he even, got into Mustangs and whatnot, I was watching him and I caught something that he does, and that's what helps me.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, just putting it out there, I mean, that's how, and I'm sure from this little thing that happened for you last night, you're going to learn something from that. Watch the videos back, what you did in the car, and it won't happen again.
Yeah, no. I mean, I say that I went red against you in Tulsa too, and I've been red against Devin twice. I've only went red 3 times in my life. Twice against last year at Hot Summer Nights, I went 425 and I went red, and this year I went red too, and I went red against you, Rodney, in Tulsa.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah,
all the red lights were going off that night.
yeah. John started it. He was the disease of us all, and then I went. Then you went red in the finals against Russell.
Yeah, exactly.
They had to screw in a new red bulb after that night. It was burned.
It
was wore out.
Yep. No, I 100%. Yeah, I red lights kill me, especially whenever like last night we had a fast race car. Like, we made a really good pass in the finals, but I went red. So, but yeah.
Would you rather lose going red or just get your ass drugged down the track and lose?
Oh, I'd rather race you, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm not a sore loser. If you beat me, I'm kicking your ass next time. I promise you that. So,
let's make it a race.
I would rather if I go red, I lost already. So why am I even going down the track? So, I would rather just take my shot and be side by side with you and the faster car win. And I promise you, if you beat me, I'm gonna do my homework and try not to let it happen again.
There you go. Gary, do you have another picture after this?
I got one, yes, and it's Justin's Facebook post about today or about last night.
Okay.
Yep.
You posted Ozark Raceway Park killer event. I want to thank all the track staff and Craven for giving us a surface to compete on like they did. It was A+. We showed up for the $15,000 race, and boy, was it a treat for us. Making it to the finals was awesome. I got a little antsy, went 001 red. We had a super fast race car this weekend. Congrats to Devin Brown, Jason Tabitha Brown for taking home the win. Y'all had a fast hot rod. It was a finals repeat from last weekend. Yeah.
Same lane, same everything, just different tracks.
Oh man.
Nice.
So,
Yep.
Good.
You also said, anyone notice a trend? Shout out to Beater Balm Tuning and support Joey Heichel. You a bad man. To be able to do what we do is just impressive. 193.72 mile per hour just hits different.
It does. So at Hot Summer Nights, he was tuning some cars, and man, I have a lot of respect for people and their time with him. And if you hire him to tune your car at the racetrack, I'm not going to blow him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, if I didn't get him and you got him, he's yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not fair to the guy that's spending the money to have him there with you. So Friday night at Hot Summer Nights, I struggled. I mean, I went 30s all day and I just couldn't find it, you know? And if you noticed the Hot Summer Nights, I went from 30s to teens real fast because he took my laptop over because he got done. And Saturday night, the semifinals against Gary Spaniak, he hopped on there, and then against the finals, he hopped on there, and then this weekend I had him in person. And one thing I'll tell you about Joey is Joey is a winner. We do not swing the bat. We do not hit home runs. He literally races the person next to you. If you ain't the fastest, I mean, he just. If you go look at his record and his racing career, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wins races, you know?
Yep.
And one thing about him is he's a safe tuner. I mean, like, I don't have no engine problems or anything like that. I mean, we're not out there blowing shit up. Like, he gives me a hard time if my TPS drops a little bit. Sometimes it gets a little scary out there, you know? But other than that, I mean, like, you know, Joey, he started tuning my stuff in the blue car, and I kind of started pushing him like, dude, you're intelligent. You're intelligent. You can help these teams. Well, be honest with you, Joey, his entire life, he was not he didn't really want to help you win because he was too busy winning. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know, he's getting older and stuff like that. And he's really turned a lot of programs around for people. Mine, for sure. Like, I mean, when we show up, you know, you're going to have a drag race with us. We're not a duck, you know, and he's gave us the ability to be able to do that, you know, and he's got a lot of other, you know, customers now that he has too. And, you know, he'll come to the track with you. He'll go to the dyno. You can go to the dyno that he has. I mean, he's real simple. It's just he's very, very advanced in traction control, if that makes sense. Like, very advanced.
Yeah.
With the 408 track record and the couple of 14s at you know, Mokan and Mid America, what's it gonna take to get that 399?
People don't understand. There's all the time talk.
So hard.
Do this and it's just like it's impossible. Like, I literally could show you 5 time slips that have been 4.00000. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just will not print a 3-second time slip. I mean, they say when it goes 3 seconds, it's easy to go 3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I don't know. It's not in the books for us yet. Like I said, I mean, we were trying last night. I mean, we had a race surface that probably did it. You know, the DA at Ozark, we couldn't get it there with my car.
Man, Mr. Harper would love for it to be at his track.
It's a possibility, especially in September. I mean, the air is going to be better. I mean, the air is what matters, you know, a bunch. Like, whenever we're racing in 4,000 or 5,000 DA, makes it hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what Craven just said at Flying H, we were side by side and we both went O's. You know what I'm saying? Like 4,000. And I mean, as you could see at that 1320s video, I mean, it was like by like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting a pecker installed on my car next week because I'm tired of having all these peckers everywhere else. So.
Oh, that's funny. Well, you got 5,000 of them at your shop.
Yeah, it's going to be a dick.
Those ones are too. I need a bigger one.
We'll just weld them together.
Yeah, we go. Yeah. So, but Craven's program. The thing about it is what people have to understand racing with us is there's a lot of cars that their programs are together now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, you don't show up to a race and you're like, oh, that dude's winning for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't work that way anymore. You know what I'm saying?
You even talked about it earlier. Craven was #1 and he didn't make the final. You know,
I mean, it's just the truth. Craven made some rips last night. He had some motor issues, but I mean, some unfortunate events for him. But if not, I mean, he would have been one to beat there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not no slouch, and Craven's gonna be on the tree with you. That's his motto. He ain't letting you tree him. You know, and that's the thing. We're all getting really up on the steering wheel and the trees. I mean, Adam Phillips is driving Tony's car now, and he's no slouch. He's, you know, we call him the kid, is what we're calling him now, and. He's a bad dude, you know, and that car is fast. And you know, Craig Ondrick went a personal best last night, and his stuff's rolling.
Cool.
There was Brandon Carter came, Bobby Cruck, and them. We had 12, I think, maybe 13, but we had quality race cars. You know what I'm saying? Like cars that all could go 90s, 80s. You know what I'm saying? If it was, we were given it.
Man.
And so it was a very, very tight field. You know, Jake made some impressive 60 foots and stuff. Jake don't ever have to thrash on his stuff very much. And last night, I watched him be tested, and that dude never quit. You know what I'm saying? He ripped his zoomies off, and he put his old headers on. Didn't have bullhorns. Went out there and about flipped the thing over because it was shoving all the downforce on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
He ate blower pucks. I mean, like he literally, if anybody got tested this weekend, it was Jake Mason. I mean, in his pass against Devin, he blew the transmission, the converter, and stuff up. So he's got to get all that fixed. We were a little worried about it, but it ended up not going well for him. You know, luckily he didn't crash his car or nothing. You know, he had a lot of tranny foot underneath it. So
yeah. Hey Gary, let's pause for station identification.
All right, let's roll here and do this. Shout out to our partners. Whoop, missed it. Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, Sandlin Iron and Metal, and Harry Street Carpet. Thank you for being great partners in 2024. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I appreciate that, Gary. And got our subscribe?
I do. This is our YouTube channel, Heads Up Racing Gary and Hot Rod Podcast. If you see this and it looks like this, you're in the right place. So there's a little white box in the right-hand side that green arrow is pointing to. There's a little white box here. You can hit it to subscribe to it. That'd be awesome. Subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff matters. It helps.
You bet.
We're very small. We're making small steps. So if you do that, thank you.
Hey, Justin, you've seen the show, so we come to a point too. We're not done, but we want to get to this section where we kind of hand it over to you to say thank you, or I couldn't do it without this person.
No, yeah. I mean, honestly, I appreciate you guys giving your Sundays up doing this, though. I mean, like, obviously it's grown a lot, and I think this is number 46 or 7 or something like that.
46. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, it's cool to be able to get on here. A lot of people don't know me. You know what I'm saying? They just see us out there racing and stuff. But I mean, I'll be honest. I have a lot of people. Like, I got US Flooring down here in town with me. They're my biggest supporters. I mean, like, anything I need, they got me. They don't go to the racetrack with me, but they're just partners in my granite side of it. Like we do a lot of business together. I got a fireplace shop down here, American Fireplace. They like to race with us and go hang out with us. M&M Audio, they're just my friends. They're all about us and stuff. And then Out of Control Performance is Dylan he races with me a whole lot, but mainly Precision got me some new turbos this year, and they've really turned the afterburners on for us, and their support's been good. Obviously, Baron Racing, I couldn't do it without my own store. I mean, anything I need is on the shelf, so I mean, I don't have to overnight anything, you know. And then, you know, Beater Bomb Joey, like, I wouldn't even have a program if it wasn't for him, you know, like he's the glue. I mean, he's just a smart guy on that laptop. I mean, you all know it. Going to a track spinning all the time is not fun. Going and get to go down the track is fun. So Larry Jeffers, obviously, Bullet Racing Engines, and their oil, all like, I mean, that's really what keeps my car going, you know. Mark Mickey, let's talk about Scott Linker real quick. I finally did it. And think about this. Who has been the fastest with a big block twin turbo car?
Mickey.
Mark Mickey.
Pro mod. Yep.
Correct. I mean, so if you think about, and that's what I got, it's a big block twin turbo. So whenever you think about all the data that man has in his toolbox, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's unbelievable. This is no shit. I got a converter last year for him. I've never taken it apart and changed the stator, not one time. I can go to Ozark and go 4 O's, or I can go anywhere and go as fast as I want to go. It's not blowing through the converter or anything like that. It's just like spot on. Don't know how he did it, but it's perfect, you know?
Wow.
And switched to a lockup transmission of his. We have not used the lockup, but a couple times. Every time we've used it, it's really slowed us down, actually, because that's just, we don't have enough power in it. It just yanks the RPMs down. But and then energy, they do billet blocks and stuff like that. And those guys are great. I mean, literally, if I need a block, I could have one tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, no wait time. They take care of the racers when you're with them. TBM brakes, I switched to them this year, and it helps. I mean, there's no drag. You can push my car way easier, you know what I'm saying? And the stopping is really good on them. And then Ultra Color, Jason and Logan, I mean, those guys did they hands down, in my opinion, one of the best guys out there, you know, race car stuff, like anything, but like their paints, you know, flawless. It's almost don't touch my car because it's nicer than a show car. You know what I'm saying? So those guys did great. And then Fuel Tech, obviously, like I have a couple guys there that I could call right now. They'd answer my phone call and help me with anything I needed. They'd take my laptop over, whatever I needed. And then Jack at Atomizer, same way. I run his injectors. If I have an issue, I mean, Jack's a phone call away. He's going to take care of us, you know. I'm trying to think of my back glass over here. Oh, Afterworks, Ron G. I switched my shocks to him, and night and day, I'm telling you. Like, I went from not being able to control my chassis to do whatever I want to do with it, you know. They really took care of me. Trying to think who else is up there. Mirlat. So I got the car from Mox, and I changed the whole rear of the car. I put a Marty Mirlat rear end in it, torque boxes, all that stuff in there. Nothing's wrong with it. I just needed more bar angle than what they had originally from the AA stuff. That literally gave us, I don't know if you've ever seen one of Marty's rear ends, but there's 900 holes on it. So there's a lot.
Right.
So, I'm sure there's some more that I'm forgetting, but they're, like I said, couldn't do it without any of them, honestly. They're all, you know, always one phone call away.
Yeah. It's great.
So.
I got just one more question. Your car you have is obviously it made great big strides and it's kicking ass and all that right now. Do you have any ideas or plans for a different car in the future?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm trying to find a 69 Camaro right now.
Woo,
I want a longer wheelbase. And probably put a 481X in it or a Hemi in it and twin turbo it. If I could find a 4-link 69 Camaro, I'd buy it. I mean, that's kind of what I've been looking for. Nothing wrong with my Mustang. I love my Mustang. My Mustang does good, but what people don't understand is my car's on stock suspension.
Yep.
Like the front stock, the rear, it's not 4-linked. Now, if I can't find one, do I send it to Larry and have my car 4-linked and stuff? Yeah, maybe. Or Vasco, Brad. I mean, whoever can get me in. I mean, Vasco is another one that's on there. I had a lot of problems with my rear end moving around, and I took it up there to Vasco. And Brad literally made that rear end where it never moved. I broke 3 drive shafts because my rear end was moving an inch in my car.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know this, but I'll tell you a secret. How many wishbones have you ever seen on a stock suspension Mustang?
Very rare.
Very rare.
You should try it. It'd change your life. So we did, and it fixed every problem I ever had.
Wow. Right on.
Even it's triangulated and stuff, and people say you don't have to do it. We did it, and it changed my whole program.
Huh.
The car don't walk around anymore out there.
Okay.
So,
wow. Okay.
And it's just a wishbone on a stock suspension car.
Right on.
Right.
So, I would love to have a 69 Camaro. Jake has a Camaro. Devin and them have a Camaro. I think they're the dopest car when they're slammed on the ground, just looking good.
They're hot. Oh yes, they're hot.
Yeah. So, and I like the wheelbase is longer. You know, that's the problem with my car is I can't only get after it so much, or I will start wheeling. You know, so. But we'll just see where small tire goes. It almost looks like it's becoming pro mods and small tires. So who knows? I might have a Bickle car or something.
John Bennett says no Camaro.
No Camaro. But
well, we appreciate you coming on. You did a great job, and it's good to get to know you a little bit more, learn about the truck and the blue car.
Yeah.
You know,
well, cool. Well, thanks for having me on. And if you guys ever need me back on, let me know.
Right on. We will. If you got any cool stuff you want to talk about, just give us a shout and we'll make it happen.
That sounds awesome. So I'll see you guys at the 28th of September, 27th.
Actually, we'll probably see the 6th at
Tulsa.
We'll see at Tulsa, but we'll for sure see it in America.
So. Okay. Mr. Harper, he's locked in. He's coming.
Tell Devin I'm going to get that track record real fast.
Oh,
you guys can work that out.
I bet they could put some track money up. If the record gets broke, I bet that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a bad idea on their part because we're coming loaded guns.
Oh, yeah. That's just right. It's going to get took.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
So I'll see you guys in Tulsa then.
All right. Yes, sir. Man, thank you so much, Justin. Thank you for your time tonight.
Yep. I'll see you guys later.
Okay. We'll see you soon. Bye, bud.
Bye.
Man, that was awesome.
Great show. Man, it's funny. I knew he was rolling with that truck for a while and stuff. And I wasn't going to like H-Town and those other, in Oklahoma, but I saw it in at Arc City when he, at LS the World and stuff. Didn't know who he was or everything, but I just knew they had that fast truck back then. And, and he was talking about going 50s or whatever back then. I think I was going 70s back then, but I remember that, good time. That was a good interview.
Yeah, man, he was great.
Cool. I'm excited that he locked in the 28.
Yeah, me too. I bet Mr. Harper is too. Mrs. Harper says thanks for the show.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Harper, he's coming.
Yeah. Well, I saw Scott Linker said he might have something for the 28. Did you see that up ahead there?
No, I didn't see that. How'd I miss that?
It was after you got back from going to the bathroom, I think. It's a few up. But he said he wants a shot at that record as well.
Well, I don't believe it. Whatever, Scott. I don't believe it.
Yeah. You still have those.
There he is, right there. We are coming for that mad record as well. But it's a limited car. That's all they're talking about. It's limited numbers, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. So hopefully he gets something by that time and get it out there. That's another great car.
That's just a few weeks away, right?
About a month, right? What's the day?
There's Scott. Scott says we will be there with what? Scott, come on, tell us. Come on.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah, the weather should be getting pretty good by then, especially when the sun goes down. It might be a little iffy in the daytime. It can be a little warm in September, but man, the weather's gonna be great.
If it can get below like 2,000 DA, 1,500, 1,700.
Yeah, that really helps.
Where you want it and stuff. So,
yep. We'll get Mr. Harper on next week. He'll have some information for that race, and maybe we can drum up some businesses to hop in some more cash and sweeten up the pot some more. That'd be cool.
Let's get a full field, 16 cars. Let's roll.
Get a bunch of cars. We need to get some spectators to show up buying hot dogs.
Oh yeah, and the fries.
That's right, hamburgers, hot dogs.
Right on.
What's Brendan got? Brendan says Logan and I missed having something to work on, so we smack Cameron on his behind. September's going to be a good show. I seen him helping Cameron. Did you see that?
I seen that. He must have the derotor king ring and go in there and work on that car. Decoder rings, what I was trying to say. And where they can go in there and work on that car.
Right.
Yeah. He probably saw it had all those 6 kits on it, like Foreman's car,
What is this? Holy moly.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
Yeah. That September show is going to be great. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Tulsa, man, I'm looking forward to going to Tulsa. We haven't been to the track since was it May?
May? Late May, or it was the first weekend of June.
Golly.
But
I'm looking forward to getting back to the track.
Yeah, that'll be good. Thanks for the show, Jim and Darren. Thank you.
Jim, Darren, yeah. Brendan says he learned lots of secrets.
Yeah.
Sure you did.
Yeah. All the secrets. He probably, not that we didn't know it already, but he got a firsthand just how nice that car is,
Oh, yeah.
I got that opportunity just walking around it one day over there at his shop just when he got it going. It's like, it's just a really nice car.
Hey, and man, I can't believe what Shane put out that car is, their blue car is going to be for sale, and there's something else in the works. It's like, wow. Okay. Holy cow. Wasn't expecting that, man.
To be continued, right?
See how. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Wow.
Cool. Yep.
Dang, Scott got something in the works that he hasn't showed us yet, and
Shane, Brennan,
man,
plus Logan and that car will be out next year.
Yeah, yep.
There's no stopping. I mean, Harper just might as well buy some drum. Get the drums coming for 2025. It's going to happen. And so,
Justin Martin's watching. Hey, Justin, Daniel Anders, man, you guys need to come to Mid America Dragway at the end of September.
Yep, 5,000. Yep.
Come snatch that track record and have all kinds of fun.
Yep. Jesse James says we got another coming. I don't know.
Jesse says we got another coming, huh?
And his car's nice too. With that.
Another coming for limited or small tire or
I don't know if they'll have limited on the 27th.
Oh, you're right. That's right.
So for next year, you saw Hopper's got the furniture company rocking.
Right. So that's right. Yeah, that'll be fun to talk about that. Get some more info there.
Yeah. The limited is it's going to be on fire next year.
Mrs. Harper says drums. That's the glue. Drums are on order.
There you go.
Mr. Harper says I got plenty of glue. So
yeah, pocket.
Yep. Daniel Anders, Justin Martin, man, load your shit up and let's go.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I mean, at this point, it's like Heckman and Devin, is it not? I mean, back-to-back weekends.
Yeah, yeah. They are on fire and hot right now.
Yeah, they're hot. Yeah. Not saying those other guys can't run with them. It's just like, you got to make your way to the final. It's just how it is. So,
yeah.
We'll see.
And Craven, he's right there too. Craven.
Yeah, Craven, Foreman, even Tim Webb. He's been in the teens.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah, Tim's gonna have his stuff out pretty soon too.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be at Tulsa.
Yeah, I hope so. I like hanging out with Tim Webb.
Ave should be running by then. That's another one for Mid America on the 27, 28. So yeah, we need 16.
Yep, need a big, awesome group of fast, small tire cars, and bring lots of friends, bring family and friends and people, and make sure they're hungry so they buy, hot dogs and all that, and sell out of that food, and just have a great event. We got to keep these tracks hopping and alive and killing it.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep, a lot of fun.
Well, and I mean, come on, let's just be honest. Justin Heckman, right? We're just on the show. He just said right there, he just called tracks out, and Mad's in that group. Mad right there with the Mokan, Flying H, Tulsa even. I mean, right here with us, I mean, we got a great group of tracks.
Yep.
And they're all within the number, one or two numbers, you know what I mean? Going that fast. So they like, you can only go 30s over here. No, everybody's going that fast going to the teens. So it goes back to the whole, like, who's going to be the first track to be in the threes, as well. So,
Yep.
Oh, there's a nice little thing I'd be interested in myself right here.
Mr. Harper, there'll be a second chance race on the 28th.
Yeah. For us little slower 430 cars,
It's slow. Isn't that terrible to say? Slow 430 cars that get beat first round, maybe. Man.
Hey, that's why you race though, right? I mean, so like a Tulsa last year. I mean, same deal. So go.
And Mr. Harper will have he'll have his ducks in a row next week. He'll have some good information to put out for that event on the 27th and 28th, and the whole format and how it's going to work, and that'll be fun to talk to Mr. Harper about all that.
Yeah, let's like challenge the community to get another 1,000 up top.
Right. Yep.
Let's get out there and get
it worked last year. We did one time, and it worked. So maybe it'll work again.
Some sort of record breaking money too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them guys come. It sounds like it sounds like there's a pretty fair chance that the record 416, them guys have been faster than that.
Yeah.
They can do it.
Let's not count out Snow White. She's been 20 something, 27, 28, go some rounds. Right. We'll see.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
This back end of the year leading into the fall is gonna be great.
Oh yeah, I love this time. Get the football starting up, cooler weather's coming in, trying to set the records. That's why we had an extra race last year. Remember, let's do it again.
Yep. Do it again.
Yeah.
Ain't locking the gate yet. Bring them on.
Come on, one more. And then then what we got planned for this winter, come out like all out for next year.
Yeah,
so it's fun. I want some of that limited.
That's right. I do too. I don't know when, but sometime.
All right, you ready to call it?
Yeah, I'm ready to rip it.
All right, get it out there. Let's go right here.
Let me roll down here. We got a lot of this and that. Boo-doo-doo.
Put your hand up.
You ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh, I went early. I red lit.
Now you're good. 001 red light. Oh, all right.
Good job, Gary. We'll talk to you soon.
Good job. Yes, sir. Thanks for your time tonight. There's one comment popped in here. Let's catch this real quick. Scott Linker says, I pray he has one after Georgia.
Well, we're going into October even. You know, we got the race for the rod, right?
Yeah. When is Georgia race? Is that September?
I thought it was.
Know. But the last race at Arc City is October 18th and 19th. Yeah. So
race for the rod. That's the last heads up.
I don't know when. I don't have that on my calendar for the Georgia stuff, but
all right.
All right. We're out next week, Mr. Harper.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Mr. Harper, be ready. All right. Everybody, we'll see you later. Come back next week. And thanks for hanging tonight. Rodney, good night. Out.